It's homecoming night in Honolulu, and the Warriors return to Aloha Stadium riding a 4-game win streak. Tonight, they'll attempt to add to that tally with a Western Athletic Conference matchup against the Idaho Vandals. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the final game on this college football Saturday. Two teams that are equal in the Western Athletic Conference, both teams with 3-1 records, Idaho and the University of Hawaii. And they are coached by two teams with similar backgrounds and similar abilities to compete. First of all, Dennis Erickson coached in the National Football League with Seattle and San Francisco. June Jones coached in the National Football League with Atlanta and San Diego. Now they match up for the second time on the collegiate level. The first time was the Jeep Aloha Bowl in 1999, Hawaii defeating Oregon State. Erickson was the coach of the Beavers then, and the score of that game was 23-17. With me again tonight is Jim Donovan. Idaho comes in, and here comes Erickson again. He coached at Idaho from 1982 to 1985, and he is back in 2006.
That's correct, Jim, and the Vandals are led by senior quarterback Stephen Wichman, who comes in tonight with a 52% completion average. He's got 5 300-plus yards game in passing, and he likes to spread it around in that West Coast offense, hitting 16 different receivers. The leading receiver that he likes to hit is Marion Hayes, who has 22 catches for almost 400 yards. Over on defense, they're led by David Vobora, who has an astounding 91 tackles, 4th in the NCAA. Another player to watch out for is cornerback Stanley Franks, who has 7 interceptions in the last 6 games, and I'm sure he'd like to get a pick tonight. As far as I can tell, Jim, the Warriors would win this one going away, but that's why you play the game. Look at USC and Oregon State earlier today.
That's right, Oregon State upsetting USC 33-31. Also, Russ Yamanoha is with us tonight, and Russ, this Hawaii team flying high, 4 in a row. Colt Brennan has been astronomical.
You know, sometimes numbers don't tell the story, but in Colt's position, they really do tell the story. He leads the nation in passing efficiency. That's despite the fact that he throws it more than any other quarterback. 28 touchdown passes, also tops in the country. In 4 Western Athletic Conference games, he's just been off the charts. 115 completions, 153 attempts, and 75%, 386 yards per game. It's 1,500 yards in 4 games. That's ridiculous. 19 touchdown passes against just 1 interception. Colt Brennan is lining it up big time for the University of Hawaii. Idaho needs to find some way, somehow, to stop him tonight, or this could be a cakewalk for Hawaii.
First pass tonight will be the 200th of this season for Colt Brennan in passing attempts, and he has not been intercepted in 120 attempts. When we come back, we'll kick it off. Idaho and Hawaii. It's homecoming.
This exclusive sports presentation of the home team is sponsored by Hawaiian Telcom. From local to long distance, wireless to internet, Hawaiian Telcom has solutions for all of your communication needs. Hawaiian Telcom, keeping Hawaii connected.
Start your day right with the great taste of McDonald's. Try our savory egg McMuffin or the satisfying sausage McMuffin with egg sandwich. Plus, try our rich Royal Kona coffee.
The Audi A4, with a 2006 Ward's 10 Best engine, the world's first turbocharged engine with race-proven FSI direct injection technology. A very fuel-efficient way to transform horsepower into adrenaline. The Audi A4.
Now through the end of October, lease a 2007 Audi A4 for as little as $339 a month. For details, log on to AudiHawaii.com.
Previously on Sunday Night Football.
Towels are twirling. Here we go. What's been dubbed the Manning Bowl.
The Chicago Bears, I believe that they're the real deal.
It's another big one this Sunday night. Cowboys, Panthers. Keyshawn against the man that drove him out of Big D. Revenge against his former team. NBC Sunday Night Football.
Let's take a look at the keys to tonight's game. Sponsored by Kaiser Permanente. Thrive.
Well, the first key to the game is make them punt. That may seem obvious, but in the last 2 games, the Warriors have only punted twice, and consequently, their offense has scored 117 points. So for the Vandals to have any success, they've got to make the Warriors punt. On the other side of the ball, the Vandals run a ball control, West Coast type of offense, and UH needs to make them punt so they can go down and score more points.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's exactly the case with the University of Hawaii offense. They are rolling, as you saw in our open, 19 touchdown passes for Colt Brennan versus just 1 interception. That's an unbelievable rate right there, and I'm sure that's good news to the ears of that man right there, Hawaii coach June Jones. And for Hawaii to be successful in this ball game, basically keep it rolling. Keep doing what you've been doing, because the last 4 ball games, Hawaii is averaging over 50 points per game.
This injury report is sponsored by HMSA, working for a healthier Hawaii. For Idaho, Mike Barrow and Joe Artie Ratty, they are out for the season. And for Hawaii tonight, Ikaika Alama Francis, back spasms all week, and he is not playing at the start of tonight's game. Hawaii won the toss. They elected to receive. Hawaii has been able to receive almost every game this year, putting the ball in play. Deep for Hawaii will be Ross Dickerson and Malcolm Lane.
Dickerson, number 1 in the WAC in kickoff returns, averaging 28.1 yards. Very good.
Kicking off will be Tino Amancio. Kicks it deep. It will go to Dickerson. 1 yard in the end zone. He comes out in space. Look out. 40. He may score. The 30. The 10. Touchdown. And he gently puts the ball on the ground. 100 yards. Hawaii leads 6-0 instantly.
Listen to that crowd, Jim. That's a great way to start a game.
Well, you can see that thing develop. Idaho kicked it to the left side of the field. Dickerson brought it back to the right side with a whole mess of blockers in front of him. And there was one guy who got depleted for the Vandals. I didn't catch his number, but when he went down, that was it. Dickerson was aloha, and he was gone.
Dan Kelly in to try the point after. Kick is up, and it is good. Take another look at this 100-yard kickoff return to begin the game by Ross Dickerson. We'll have it for you.
There, Dickerson, you see it catches it on the left side of the field. When he brings it back across, he's got 3 good blockers out in front of him and an escort, and he is untouched. That's about as easy as it could get, and a disastrous start for the Idaho Vandals on special teams. They come up bad.
Nice job by Malcolm Lane there at the very end, making sure that that last safety can't make the tackle.
You can see him down the sidelines. It is a sprint. I like this, where he gently just puts the ball on the carpet.
And I know we're talking about a 3-1 in WAC play so far this season, but the 3 wins have come against the bottom teams in the WAC. They did not pass a test last week at home in the Kibbie Dome against Boise State. They lost that game, and they come out here tonight at Aloha Stadium on homecoming night, and the first thing they do is get the crowd right in it with that long kickoff return.
Idaho will try to answer back with Raymond Fry and Stanley Franks deep. Kelly will come forward, and he kicks it. It will go to Fry. Fry trying to break into the open. And we have a penalty flag. Out over the 25-yard line. We'll see what the call is. Referee tonight is Phil LeBen. Just underway. 14:32 left to play in the first quarter. Ross Dickerson, the last time that he had a 100-yard return was against Appalachian State.
Illegal block in the back. Number 17 on the receiving team. Penalty be 10 yards. First down.
So that hurts on that kickoff return. That 100-yarder against Appalachian State, you can go either way, was in 2003. It was Ross Dickerson, and 3 years later he starts the game against Idaho with an electrifying 100-yard kickoff return.
Boy, the special teams unit for Idaho, boy, they give up the long touchdown on the opening kickoff, then a block in the back to set their offense back inside the 15-yard line. Not a good start for the Vandals.
Even Wichman, 1,683 yards. He will throw on first down. Sideline pattern. That is complete to Octave. And he is wrestled out of bounds. Wendell Octave. Take a look at the starters now. Sponsored by Enjoy Snacks. It's time to enjoy life. These are the starters for Idaho. Wichman comes in, and he is third in the conference. He has thrown for 7 touchdowns, but he has 10 interceptions. 52% completion rate. Gain on the play of 8 yards. The ball is at the 21. Wichman hands it. Breaking into the secondary is Brian Flowers. Flowers getting the start. He has an ankle injury, yet he starts tonight for Idaho. Leonard Peters finally figured things out. But Flowers just exploded into the secondary. This is the Hawaii defense. Newberry at cornerback and Lewis at quarterback, the young Texans.
And that last play, Jim, that was called inside-outside zone. It's very typical of the West Coast offense, the Denver Broncos type offense. The center and backside guard will zone, the front side guard and tackle will zone, and the running back picks a hole.
Wichman, first down, the ball at the 34-yard line for Idaho. Wichman fakes the handoff. He will weave upfield, and he gets to the 40. Good coverage in the secondary by Hawaii.
Nice pressure there by Kala Watson, who's starting at the right end tonight because Kaika Lama Francis had back spasms after the New Mexico State game.
Yeah, he just ran over Jade Tadvik, which is no small task. Tadvik goes 6'5", 315, and Watson just bull rushed right over him, put Tadvik on his wallet.
Micah Lau finally made the tackle. Second down, a long 3. Ball is given up the middle again, and carrying it is Jason Bird, number 44, and Bird his first carry. Bird comes in 115 carries now for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. So he is really a workhorse.
Nice job by Lawrence Wilson right there. By taking on the center like that, he defeats that inside zone block I was talking about and stuffs that whole play, and not much gain on it.
Bird out of Inglewood, California. That'll bring up third down and 2. Ball is on the 42-yard line of Idaho. Octave, Haynes, and Williams are the wide receivers. Williams in motion, and we have a whistle.
It looks like Coach Dennis Erickson
timeout.
Called for a timeout with the play clock running out.
First charge timeout.
So timeout has been called. We'll step away from Aloha Stadium. 7-0 already, Hawaii.
I love October. Big plays, long drives. Yeah, it's Chevy Truck Month, and that means bonus cash. Check out the 07 Chevy Silverado Classic, backed by the GM 100,000-mile, 5-year powertrain limited warranty.
During Truck Month, use $4,000 total cash back to buy this 07 Silverado Classic half-ton coupe for $22.60 after all applicable offers.
Get in the game during Chevy Truck Month.
See your Hawaii Chevy dealer today.
Lil John delivers. Oh yeah.
Every time the beat drop. 212, I sweep the awards next year.
I'm with that.
I'll holler, man. Every time the beat drop.
NBC Monday, a special all-new Friday Night Lights.
Clear eyes, full hearts.
A special Friday Night Lights, Monday after Heroes on NBC.
Monday morning on KHNL News 8. What do your tires have to do with saving gas? George Nita, the car guy, will be here to show us.
And can you support your family if you're too hurt to work? Find out how to shop for disability insurance Monday morning.
Idaho, a new member in the Western Athletic Conference. Hawaii went up to Moscow, Idaho, and played in the Kibbe Dome and defeated Idaho 24-0 last year. Wichman was the quarterback in that game for the Vandals. 3rd down and 2. Single setback. Again, Wes Williams in motion. Wichman, quick pass, and he overthrows the intended receiver, Wendell Octave, on a look-in pattern. That'll bring up 4th down, and Idaho will have to punt it away. The punter for Idaho is T.J. Conley, 6'3", 216-pound sophomore out of Walla Walla, Washington. He is an extraordinary punter, 39.4 in average, but he has no touchbacks, and he has 9 punts inside the 20-yard line. Myron Newberry is back. Newberry in punt returns, 10 for a 3.7 average, and his longest punt return of the season, 15 yards. So there is the punt, a wobbler by Conley. Newberry takes it on the run at the 21. He's at the 30. Breaks a horse collar and gets to about the 35-yard line. And Hawaii will put the ball in play there. Gentlemen, it's halfway through this season. It's time to give our grades as this game goes along. The Hawaii offense, A+?
I got to give the Hawaii offense a solid A. They've been playing very, very well. The offensive line, as good as any we've had. Running backs playing very well. Colts playing very well. Probably he could get a little bit better, but it's hard to believe that I said that.
1st down for Hawaii at their own 36-yard line. Grice-Mullins back in the lineup. He is in motion. Brennan, for his 200th pass of the season, steps up, lays it off to Ilawa. And Ilawa is really hit and hemmed in after a very short game. Take a look at the offense for Hawaii. And, of course, Hawaii is led by Colt Brennan coming into this game, 199 of 273, 2,601 yards and 28 touchdowns. He has been intercepted only 5 times. And Ian Sample has really come on, the wide receiver. But Grice-Mullins back in the lineup tonight. We'll see how they rotate the receivers. 2nd down and 8. Gain on that last play of 2. The ball at their own 38-yard line. Brennan lays it off again to the 40, all the way to about the 42-yard line. That is Davone Bess. Bess comes in. That is his 54th reception of the year. He comes in with 624 yards and 7 touchdowns. He is 2nd nationally, 7.57 receptions per game. There's the defense for Idaho. You see Vobers and Franks. They are the 2 outstanding. Franks with 7 interceptions and Vobers with 74 solo tackles. 3rd down and 3. Brennan looking for 1st down yardage. Steps up with time. Throws. That's complete to Bess. Bess is at the 48. That should be enough for a 1st down, and it is. Hawaii leading 7-0 if you just joined us. A 100-yard return by Ross Dickerson following the opening kickoff. Obora there making the tackle for Idaho. You'll hear that name all night long. Ball is at the 49. 1st and 10 for Hawaii. Brennan in the shotgun. Brennan again, a quick pass to the outside, and with it is Dickerson. And Dickerson gets inside Idaho territory and maneuvers to the 45-yard line.
Hawaii playing nice ball control offense, just taking those short and medium passes that the Vandals are giving them, eating up the clock and moving it down the field.
Obora again making the stop for the Vandals. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 4. Ball just inside the 45. Rivers along with Grice-Mullins and Bess to the near side. They really overload the rights. Ilawa with Brennan in the shotgun. Brennan quick pass. That is complete to Rivers. with running room. Rivers all the way to the 34-yard line of Idaho. So Hawaii has opened up with another variation on the theme. Very quick look-in patterns. Babora there along with Chris Smith. Smith is the safety out of Corona, California, number 21. Well, that's his 27th total tackle on the year.
Josh Bosman has to be livid on consecutive plays. He almost gets his hand on it. Almost gets his hand on the pass, but then again, it was completed. As 2 flags are thrown here.
Illegal formation on the offense. Only 6 men on the line. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
Well, you talk about a late flag.
Or an early flag.
That was about a month late. If that wasn't a play before, boy, I tell you, somebody went out there and did a sell job on the officiating crew and then decided to throw it because the 2 officials standing in the field just kind of threw it up like fountains.
Here's a word for this officiating crew. Mechanics. Back to midfield, second down and 9 following the penalty, illegal formation. Brennan steps up. Gets the snap. Looking, lays it off. This is Ilawa. Ilawa to the 45. Ilawa to the 41. Very close to the first down. So Hawaii seems to be very satisfied with just very short patterns, and you wonder whether it is designed for the Idaho defense to start looking inside, start looking shallow, and all of a sudden Hawaii hits them deep.
There's no question they'll vertically stretch it when they get the chance. It's just one of those deals where you take what they give you, and Hawaii's been good at that all year long, and they're doing it again right now.
Ball is at the 41. So another first down for Hawaii. Inexorably moving the ball up the field. Ilawa and Brennan, 3 wide receivers, are to the right. Brennan looking, and that ball is finally knocked down.
Vandals do a corner blitz there on the left side of the Warriors.
That's Stanley Franks. Franks went up and batted it down. Franks, remember, 7 interceptions. He is second in the WAC in interceptions and second nationally. Dwight Lowry of San Jose State leads the conference in interceptions. He has 8. Franks has 7.
Just a great athletic move there by Franks blocking that ball. I mean, he was caught in no man's land and took the play away from the Warriors.
So Hawaii continually with the short patterns here. Second down and 10. Brennan looking a little deeper in trouble. Brennan gets away. Brennan now shovels the pass and to the 40-yard line to Chad Mock. And Mock is twirled to the turf. And again, it is for Bora. I mean, he's everywhere.
The Vandals actually run a twist on the defensive line, and for one of the few times catch the Warrior offensive line not picking it up, and that causes Colt to have to scramble and throw that shuffle pass.
Third down and long yardage. 3rd and 9. Sample has come into the game. He is flanked to the right. Mock is to the left. They come out in 4 wides, looking for the first down. Brennan throws. That is complete. First down and more to Sample. And Sample inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Boy, third down is just no challenge for the Hawaii offense.
Not only that, it's 3rd and long. And I've said it a couple of times this season, and people have come up to me in the street and said I'm nuts, but it's exactly right. 3rd and long is a dangerous down and distance for this Hawaii offense because it forces them to do what they do best. It's pass the football. That time Sample just finds an open space, keeps hold of the football, and Hawaii on 3rd and long comes up with another first down.
52% now in third down conversions. They are 35 for 66 at the moment. First down from the 20. Brennan, look, sideline pattern. That is complete to Bess inside the 10. Sample inside the 10. And Sample is spun down. So Ian Sample comes into the game, and already he makes a name for himself. Chris Smith finally wrestled him to the turf, very close to the first down. The ball at the 10.
Well, you know, on that third down, it's got to give defensive coordinators nightmares. They actually ran an inside blitz, which was picked up, and it forced them to be in man-to-man coverage. And Colt Brennan is deadly in man-to-man coverage. You give him 3 or 4 seconds, and one of the receivers will get free.
Sample and Rivers are wide. Brennan looking, throws for the end zone. That is incomplete. It was intended for Davone Bess. Bess with a diving attempt. The ball thrown just a little too long. Hawaii leading 7-0. 6:29 left to play in the first period on homecoming night. Hawaii against Idaho. Hawaii trying to win their 5th in a row. That would really put them in line for the Hawaii Bowl. They have to go on the road again next week against Utah State.
You think number 4 gets it right here? I do.
Third down and less than a yard for the first down. From the shotgun. Brennan hit as he throws. That is caught. Touchdown, Rivers.
Okay, that was better than giving it to number 4.
Rivers, his 6th touchdown reception. And for Colt Brennan, his 29th touchdown pass of the season. And for his career, his 63rd. And even though he is hit, that ball was placed right there. Tight spiral for the touchdown to Rivers. Ball is kicked. And it is good. Britton Forrester is kicking.
Timeout.
And Forrester gets the extra point.
I love October. Big plays, long drives, yeah. It's Chevy truck month, and that means bonus cash. Check out the 07 Chevy Silverado Classic, backed by the GM 100,000-mile, 5-year powertrain limited warranty.
During Truck Month, use $4,000 total cash back to buy this 07 Silverado Classic half-ton crew for $22.60 after all applicable offers.
Get in the game during Chevy Truck Month.
See your Hawaii Chevy dealer today.
Be. I kissed her.
Burger.
She kissed me.
Fries.
No one said, ain't
then a 24-year-old bottle of French Bordeaux.
Tell me quick.
The Carl's Jr. $6,000 combo meal. Exclusively at the Palms.
Day 1. Pick up new Tacoma. Hit the country. Day 3. Help my buddy Brad move to his new girlfriend's place. Love the power. Love the room. Nephews are really excited too. Day 14. Went fishing. Took a shortcut. Day 23. I let Nicole take the Tacoma. Brad thought I was nuts. Day 43. I hate yard work. Help Brad move. Again. Day 67. Good day.
The bigger, stronger, better than ever Toyota Tacoma. Fully equipped for your life.
Pacific Bank sponsors the Loyalty Award by donating $100 for every touchdown Hawaii scores. Central Pacific Bank, fiercely loyal banking. So it is now 14-0 with 6:26 left to play in the first quarter. Wes Williams, number 23, and Raymond Fry, number 27, deep for Idaho. And Kelly is back in to kick off. So Britton Forrester has been used for the PATs. And Kelly will be used. We'll see how this works out tonight for the kickoff. It is taken by Raymond Fry to the 20, looking for an opening, trying to get to the outside, and he's finally spun down. Rustin Saoli, number 52, who has played sparkling football on the special teams, was there to make the tackle for Hawaii. They will put the ball down at the 26, first down for Idaho.
I had the chance to talk to Coach McKnight last night at the homecoming block party, and he spoke of how proud he was of that kickoff coverage team and how well they're doing. And I'd say 26-yard line is one of the rare times.
Single setback is Bird, double wide receiver to the left. Quick pass over the middle. That's complete to the tight end, Luke Smith-Anderson. And Anderson has the first down, gain on the play of 14. And Smith-Anderson comes up with his 19th reception. He came in with 243 yards and 1 touchdown. He's from Coeur d'Alene.
He's a guy that's
Idaho.
very, very familiar to this Idaho football program. We're talking about Leonard Peters right there, the guy making the tackle, getting a 6th year of eligibility. Luke Smith-Anderson is in his 7th year of eligibility with the Vandals because of a couple of season-ending injuries,
including a ruptured spleen. Ball is given up the middle and head-butted to the turf is Flowers. Flowers just ran in to Adam Leonard. And Leonard just leveled him.
Mr. Magnum, right there. Unbelievable. He is playing so well this season, just taking people out. Look at that hit.
Second down and 7. Ball at the 43. Wichman, sideline pattern. That's complete to Octave. Spins inside at midfield, down the sideline, and out of bounds in the vicinity of the 35. Excellent move and run after the catch by Octave. Octave spun away from Lewis.
As Gerard Lewis playing off the ball, Octave makes the catch and just puts an inside move, and Lewis misses the tackle. And that's good yards after the catch for Idaho.
So the ball at the 35. Haynes to the far side. Icaro is slotted inside of Haynes. The ball is kept by Wichman. He's in trouble. Gets away. He will run. Back to the line of scrimmage and a gain of a yard. David Vicuni almost had him, but he got away from Vicuni and was able to get the ball to about the 34-yard line. Gain of 1.
Great job by the Warrior defense there on that naked bootleg, which is one of the things that people run quite a bit out of this West Coast offense. 2 players there for the Warriors to turn them back inside.
You see the backup quarterback Brian Newey sending in signals from the sideline. Second down and 9. Triple wide receiver to the left. Wichman in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Throws over the middle. That's complete again to Smith-Anderson. And that should be enough for a first down. Brad Kalilimoku there to grapple with him as he gets inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
That's a mismatch right there. Anderson goes 255. Kalilimoku 213. He coming off the line of scrimmage. Anderson just dropped his helmet. Went head up, and Kalilimoku sort of bounced off of him, cut across the middle. He was wide open for the reception.
So first down for Idaho on the 34-yard line of Hawaii. Idaho, the first sustained drive here in the first quarter. They trail 14-0. Under center is Wichman. Backs, throws down the middle, overthrows Smith-Anderson. It was too long for Smith-Anderson. And also on the pattern was a wide receiver. And that could have been Fry. And that was too short for Fry. Jacob Patek covering on the play.
Warriors show blitz there. They come. They're in man-to-man coverage. The ball's overthrown. That's good for the Warriors.
Second down. The ball at the 24. Haynes and Fry are the wide receivers. Octave in motion. Back to the middle. They set up the screen. It is complete to Flowers. 15, 10. He may score. Head butted out of bounds inside the 5-yard line by Leonard Peters.
Well, that was just a great call against that defense. The Warriors were in a blitz again. So they had about 6 or 7 guys going after the quarterback. The offensive lineman let him go, head over there to their right. And Leonard Peters does a great job to save that touchdown.
So the ball now inside the 4. It is first and goal to go for Idaho. 14-0. Hawaii backed up. Wichman with Flowers behind him. Flowers to the 2. And he's hurled back. Leonard was there. Adam Leonard, number 44, led the charge. Lewis also contributed. The ball is put down just inside the 3. 2nd down and goal to go. There's the hit. Flowers still the only setback. Wichman fakes the handoff, throws deep into the corner of the end zone, incomplete.
Great coverage there by Leonard Peters, knocking that ball out right as it was getting there in the corner of the end zone. I think it probably would have been out anyway, but just great coverage.
Peacock, number 82, is in the deep recesses of the end zone. Eddie Williams also out there in the pattern. Smith Anderson comes in as the tight end. 3rd down, goal to go. From the shotgun. Wichman looking end zone. Throws. That is complete. Touchdown to Octave. And Octave just hands the ball to the official. Octave with his 4th touchdown reception. And Wichman on 3rd down and goal to go. His 8th touchdown pass of the season. And here comes Idaho right back in this game. It was 14-0. It was all Hawaii, but now Idaho has come back. And they have punched it in on that touchdown pass. 2:34 left to play in the first quarter.
The Vandals sort of ran a pick as the receivers crossed on the outside. And the guy opened up a man for
kick is up,
Idaho.
and the kick is good. So Dennis Erickson has the Vandals charge back.
Timeout.
2:34 left. 14-7 Hawaii.
There's a new reason to celebrate. GMC Truck Month. These are the professionals. More than mere players. They are determined in every sense. And undeniable in every way. The pros of GMC with the confidence of the GM 100,000-mile warranty on 2007 models.
Get an 07 Sierra Classic 1500 Crew SL for $23,225 after all offers.
There's one night of television that keeps getting bigger and better. NBC Monday. First, Deal or No Deal in $1 million case. Followed by Heroes.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
The show that's become a phenomenon. And after Heroes, your chance to catch Friday Night Lights.
I feel ready for this.
See what the buzz is all about.
I see us winning out there tonight.
It all starts with Deal or No Deal, followed by Heroes and Friday Night Lights, Monday on NBC.
Idaho 74 yards in 10 plays, 3 minutes and 43 seconds of elapsed time. Wichman to Octave, a 2-yard touchdown pass, 14-7, Hawaii leading. Kickoff is short, taken by one of the up men at the 33, crosses to about the 37, maybe the 38-yard line, trying to see who received that kickoff.
I think they're showing a little bit of respect there for Ross Dickerson after that 100-yard return.
Or fear. That's bad football. The guy got one return on you and you're giving up in the first quarter, kicking a squib. That's not good. Kick the ball.
Not sure who received that. And it was for Hawaii. Number 11, that's Ferguson. First down on the 38-yard line. And that is a sideline pattern. That is complete. Great catch right at the sideline by Rivers.
think that's one of those calls where he actually came down out of bounds, but he was hit out of bounds by the defender, so they called it a completion. You see right here. Nope, he got in.
He got 2 feet in almost.
And held on to the ball. Great catch by Rivers. Gave him a play about 6.5. Second down. The ball at the 44-yard line. Hawaii trying to answer back here. They lead at 14-7. Brennan, triple wide receiver to the right. Brennan looking sideline, throws behind the intended receiver, Rivers. That just was not a good connection at all. Rivers had not really run his pattern. That pattern had not ripened up the near sideline. And perhaps the pattern was run wrong or misunderstood by the quarterback.
Well, Stanley Franks in coverage, as we mentioned in our open, he's second in the nation with 7 interceptions. That time, Rivers actually looked like he was starting to get behind him on the outside. Colt Brennan needs to keep that in mind, and next time sees Franks lined up on Rivers, run a deep fly down the near sideline.
They're down in 4. Grice-Mullins has come into the game. Brennan, look, sideline pattern. That is complete inside the 50-yard line to Ian Sample. And Sample is very adept at running those sideline patterns. And that ball again right on the money. And Vobora with another tackle for Idaho. First down. For Hawaii, they have it at the 49-yard line of the Vandals. Bank of Hawaii recognizes excellence on the field of play, and tonight we'll be selecting a member from each team as the game's most valuable player, sponsored by the Bank of Hawaii. First down for Hawaii. Brennan rolling shovel pass. That is complete to Ilawa. Ilawa breaking tackles to the 40. That could be enough for a first down. Boy, a lot of traffic. That's like throwing a shovel pass in a hotel lobby. There are a lot of people going hither and fro.
It's a jailbreak for the Hawaii offensive linemen, letting guys cut through. And somehow, Brennan has to keep his eye on Ilawa through all of that. And that's the bad part for the defense, because all of a sudden, number 4 sneaks out of the backside of that, escapes from the nightclub, and gets out of the open field and gets some good yardage.
Brandon Ogletree finally made the tackle for Idaho. That's a first down. The ball at the 39-yard line of the Vandals. Brennan back to work again. Quick pattern. That is complete to Mock to the 35 and Mock to the 31. And the Warrior is down, trying to get up.
It's Tala Isera, and boy, Tala Isera made that play because Idaho came with some pressure off the end, and he went down and cut block the pressure coming off the end of Tala Isera. And when that defender went down, that opened up a passing lane.
Chris Smith made the tackle. And Isera appears to be okay. Ball just short of the 30-yard line. Second down and about 1.5 yards. See if Brennan goes deep. Brennan throws, wide open. Inside the 35, inside the 25, to the 22 is Davone Bess. Smith finally chased him out of bounds. Hawaii in the red zone again.
Colts just taking all the short stuff that they'll give them. In fact, I think this has probably been the longest stretch in many games that we haven't seen them go vertical. But you got to take what they give you, and they keep on giving up those short passes, and Colt's so accurate, he just keeps on taking them.
Ball at the 16-yard line. Under 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. Hawaii leading 14-7 and threatening again. They come out in 4 wide. Brennan throws. That's complete. At the 10. With it is Rivers. Rivers to the 8-yard line. And they finally roll him over there. That's the end of the first quarter. Hawaii 14, Idaho 7. When we come back, it will be inside the 10-yard line. Hawaii on the porch.
Bob steps up for Native Hawaiians.
Renewable energy and a clean environment are important to Bob.
Bob is a creative and independent thinker.
Hawaii needs a strong leader like Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob Hogue, and I'm running for Congress. Join us to make Hawaii and our country safe and united. I ask for your vote on November 7th. I'm Bob Hogue, and I approve this message.
The following is an actual disclaimer from the cable company's digital phone ad. Digital phone does not include backup power, and should there be a power outage, digital phone, including the ability to access 911 services, will not be available.
Discover even more reasons why Hawaiian Telecom is the only choice for home phone service. Call 643-0813 for details.
Whoever coined the phrase, "You hit like a girl"? Probably wished he could.
Tune in as the Wahine and the Spartans of San Jose State square off at the Stanley. Today at 5 on K5, the home team.
Monday, would you take a $250,000 banker offer when there's a chance to win $1 million?
Deal or no deal?
Monday on NBC.
Call Big Island Candies or click on BigIslandCandies.com to order your favorite treats. New items are now available. Big Island Candies, home of the famous diagonally dipped shortbread cookies.
Hawaii leading 14-7 as we begin the second period. Hawaii can get a first down at the 6. The ball is at the 8.
Student section not happy right now. Hawaii had the ball right in front of them, changed the quarter. They moved on to the other end zone now.
Here comes Hawaii. Triple wide receiver to the near side. Bess and Grice-Mullins. Ball is given on a sweep to the near side, and Ilawa, it's rolled up. Ilawa could not turn the corner that time. Good penetration by the defensive front. Charles Campbell, 6'3", 226, the senior out of Chicago. And Alex Toailoa out of Fountain Valley, California, able to wall him off. That'll bring up third down.
Hawaii plays some conventional ball, doesn't work. So on 3rd and 5. We'll see something more in tune with the June Jones offense. Put it up in the air. Why not?
Sample to the near side is the wide receiver. Rivers to the far side. Big play right here. Brennan looking, throws. That is complete, first down. And knocked out of bounds is Sample. Ian Sample getting open down in the corner. And Brennan able to drill it to him. Chris Smith, who's been very busy in that secondary, made the tackle for Idaho.
Nice job by the Warriors picking up a stunt and a blitz in the man-to-man coverage. Nice job by Ian catching the ball, moving it forward.
Chris Smith with a little bit of attitude for the Vandals. I would advise against that, against this receiving corps, because they will make you pay at some point. They've been moving right along with one of their top receivers out in Grice-Mullins, and he's back in there. Bad news for Idaho.
Mock along with Bess on the left side. Over the middle, incomplete. Trying to get it to Bess. Shiloh Kale out of Everett, Washington. Second in total tackles with 46 for Idaho there to knock the ball away.
Man-to-man coverage on that last play. And Colt Brennan, you always want Davone Bess cutting inside, running away from his defender. Just couldn't hold on to it.
See if nope, I thought he would go under center. He stays in the shotgun. Along with Ilawa. In motion is Grice-Mullins. Good to see Grice-Mullins back in the lineup. Brennan throws. That is complete. Touchdown, Bess. So many weapons. So many patterns. Now, when you have a quarterback like Brennan, who sees it all so very well, watch this pass. It's coming right there, right at you.
Most offenses, even down in the red zone like that, not on the goal line, you know, every once in a while they look apprehensive, trying to get the ball across the goal line. This Hawaii offense just looks like it's just another day at the office. They're making it way too easy.
Forrester in to try the extra point, and he's able to split the uprights. 21-7, Hawaii over Idaho. Much more to come from Aloha Stadium. It's homecoming.
Timeout.
probably try to squib it, and he does. Ball comes loose, and the Bears have to get out of bounds. Rogers along the sideline, another one. They're still in deep trouble at midfield as they get it to Rogers. They give it back now to the 30. They're down to the 20. Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. Will it count? The Bears have won! The most amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football.
This is a landmark day for the automotive industry. The Aqua car is the first car to run on tap water, 0 emissions, 1,000 miles per gallon.
I'm proud to announce for the first time in fast food history a 100% sirloin steak and cheddar ciabatta sandwich. Tender marinated sirloin topped with real cheddar cheese on my famous ciabatta bread.
Really? Sirloin? Man.
I love October. Big plays, long drives, yeah. It's Chevy Truck Month, and that means bonus cash. Check out the 07 Chevy Silverado Classic, backed by the GM 100,000-mile, 5-year powertrain limited warranty.
During Truck Month, use $4,000 total cash back to buy this 07 Silverado Classic half-ton crew for $2,260 after all applicable offers.
Get in the game during Chevy Truck Month.
See your Hawaii Chevy dealer today.
Hawaii, 62 yards in 11 plays, 3 minutes and 18 seconds of elapsed time. Brennan to Bess, a 2-yard touchdown pass. Brennan now 17 of 21 for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kicking off will be Dan Kelly. Wes Williams and Raymond Fry are deep. This will go to Fry at the 1. He's dangerous. To the 25. And finally, the black shirts are able to take them to the turf. Gain Porlis on the special teams for Hawaii. From local to long distance wireless to internet, Hawaiian Telcom has solutions for all your communications needs. Hawaiian Telcom, keeping Hawaii connected. Jim Leahy along with Jim Donovan, Russ Yamanoha in our little booth. I'm just glad it's not hermetically sealed. First down at the 25. Brian Flowers is the single setback. Under center is Wichman. Fakes to Flowers all day. Throws. That is incomplete. It was intended for Wendell Octave on a crossing pattern, and he was open. I mean, he was wide open.
Well, Brian Flowers underneath was even more wide open. I mean, there was nobody. Tailback come out of the backfield. And before Brian Flowers, he was just about 20 yards from anybody wearing any type of uniform, including a referee. And Wichman decided to pass him up, and the result is an incompletion.
And that was all the result of play action, holding the linebackers, allowing those receivers to get free.
Second down from the 25. Double wide receiver to the left. Wichman from the shotgun. Again, steps up, throws. That is complete to Octave at the 40-yard line. Octave is hit immediately by Newberry. An excellent pass and connection from Wichman to Octave. Octave from St. James, Louisiana, 6'1", 187-pound senior. So that's a first down for Idaho. They've been able to move the ball. They have a touchdown pass of their own from 2 yards out.
They go right at Newberry. Newberry just playing just a little too far off the ball, and the receiver Octave just pulls up and catches the reception.
Again, under center. Ball is given to the setback, and that's Flowers, and Flowers just gets into the mixmaster. He went into a multiplex of black defenders.
Speaking about good to see Ryan Grice-Mullins back, Tyson Kafensis out there right now at outside linebacker. He hasn't been out there for quite a while because of his leg injury. It's good to see him back too.
Purcell credited with the last tackle, gain on the play of 3, second and a long 7. They come out with triple wide receiver to the right. Wichman drops straight back. Now throws over the middle, complete to the tight end, Smith Anderson. He gets to midfield, and Solomon Ilamimian takes him down at about the 48-yard line. And that is a first down. Good mixing and matching for Idaho. Over the course of this season, Wichman has been able to throw passes to 16 different receivers. And we're seeing the variations tonight.
This is an offense. It's essentially the same offense that Hawaii faced last year in the QB Dome. Hawaii shut out the Vandals last year on the road, but so far tonight they have one touchdown, as you mentioned, and they seem to be moving it pretty well.
Wichman to throw again. Throws long. That is complete. Oh, great catch by Luke Smith-Anderson, the tight end, reaching up over his shoulder down the near sideline. And Idaho back down inside the red zone. In fact, they have it at the 10-yard line. What a great catch. Adam Leonard finally stopped it. Somebody parachuted in, trying to get to
Omoku, it looked like to me, trying to get to the quarterback any way he could.
Smith-Anderson, that ball from my angle up here, it looked like it was going to be well overthrown, but he stays with it, and that's what comes with being a 7th-year senior, as is Luke Smith-Anderson.
Jason Bird has come in as the single setback. Wichman looking left, and Wichman throws it incomplete. Appears to be a flag, but I'm not sure. Could be just debris. I believe it's debris. Ball remains at the 10-yard line, second down and goal to go. Icaro is flanked to the far side. To the near side is Haynes. Looking for Haynes. Off his hands. Incomplete. Double coverage on that play.
When this quarter started, I mentioned that the Hawaii offense had moved on to the other side of the field to score their touchdown. And the student section, they're kind of moaning and groaning about that. We can hear from up in the booth. But now that Idaho has the ball, they're down here in the teeth of the student section.
Good double coverage on that last play by Newberry and Leonard.
Here comes the crowd.
Icaro and Williams are to the far side. Haynes to the near side. Bird with Wichman. Somebody moved. That is going to be a false start for Idaho. Hawaii stiffening here. That'll bring up third down and goal to go, but this time from the 15.
The left side of the Idaho offensive line sort of rocked back.
Dead ball, false start. 68 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay third down.
Nate Vanderpool the calls on, but he could have also called it on Jay Tadvik. Both of those guys right here on the left side of the Idaho offensive line. Watch them to rock back. And that draws the penalty. Pushes Idaho even further back.
11:45 left to play in the first half. Wichman comes out. 5 wide receivers. Empty backfield. Just Wichman. And we may have a timeout.
Timeout.
So Hawaii calls the timeout. 11:45 left to play in the first half. And we come back, we'll have a big play.
In health as in life, being connected is a beautiful thing. Experience kp.org. Kaiser Permanente. Thrive.
Probably try to squib it, and he does. Ball comes loose, and the Bears have to get out of bounds. Rogers along the sideline, another one. They're still in deep trouble at midfield as they get it to Rogers. They give it back now to the 30. They're down to the 20. Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. Will it count? The Bears have won. The most amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football.
There's a strategy for every game, and the Honolulu Advertiser's Pigskin Picks is no exception.
I don't think so.
Play Pigskin Picks and you could win a weekly prize of a trip for two to Vegas, plus $500 in cash. Grand prize is a year's use of a 2006 VW Rabbit from Tony Volkswagen, plus other great prizes from all of these sponsors.
See if you can beat our score every week.
From K10 News 8 and K5, the home team.
You're watching K5, the home team.
Gets you chicks.
This exclusive sports presentation of the home team is sponsored by Hawaiian Telcom, connecting you to Hawaii and to the world by providing meaningful communications choices that best suit your needs.
Third down and goal to go. The ball just outside the 15-yard line. And again, Idaho comes out with 5 wide receivers. Bird on the near side is the wide receiver, along with Luke Smith-Anderson, the tight end. And then 3 more wide receivers to the right. Wichman back to pass. Throws into the end zone. It is incomplete. That was intended for number 23, Wes Williams. And again, double coverage. Brad Kalilimoko and Leonard Peters.
Mel Purcell very close to grabbing the quarterback. Just slanted right inside. Just missed him before he threw it.
So it will be a 32-yard field goal angled from the left. Tino Amancio, 9 for 14, his longest 49 on the season. And we have a penalty flag. So we'll see. Could be on Hawaii. May have something to do with the kicker. We're not sure.
It's got to be something out of the ordinary for this conference to be taking place.
Hawaii was able to blunt this drive.
Personal foul, number 93 on the defense. Hitting the center before 1 second had elapsed. It's a half a distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Wow, big penalty on Keala Watson.
Hitting the center before 1 second had elapsed.
Yes, that's to protect the center because he's got his head down like that. They don't want to get a broken neck or something. So you've got to have a little bit of delay from the time he actually snaps it till you can hit him. I haven't seen it called very often, but...
Oh, man. This is football, right?
So half the distance to the goal. Ball is just outside the 7-yard line.
That is a weak call.
And Hawaii has to rise to the occasion again. Pitch to the far side. And hit back at the 9-yard line is Brian Flowers. Mel Purcell would have none of that sweep. He came in and he just upended Flowers. Here comes Mel.
Nice job of Mel actually beating off a double team, which is a hard thing to do, going down the line of scrimmage and making the tackle.
Haynes to the right, Octave to the left. In motion is Wes Williams. Into the end zone. It is over the head of the intended receiver. And that's Haynes. Covering on the play was Martinez, A.J. Martinez of Hawaii, number 34. That'll bring up third down. Another big third down play. And credit the Hawaii defense because Wichman has been taking shots into that end zone, and he's so far come up empty. And that penalty gave him extra life. He'll try it again. Haynes again to the right. Tight end. Smith-Anderson sets up to the left. Wichman looking end zone, throws. It is incomplete. Again, it was too high. It was intended either for Octave deep or shallow to the tight end, Smith-Anderson.
Well, how demoralizing is that for this Idaho offense? You have goal to go on 6 plays, and you don't get it in. sandwiched in between a missed field goal. Let's see if they do it again. And don't forget, we'll have to give this guy, the center, a second before you play. That's a ridiculous rule.
25-yard field goal attempt. Amancio puts it up. That looks pretty good. It is good. 10:45 left to play in the first half. 21 for Hawaii, 10 for Idaho.
Timeout.
The outside through the block.
Sears, proudly supporting UH Athletics. Get the good life. Great price savings this weekend.
In Hawaii, the basic rules of communication have always been simple. Smile. Be honest. Speak from the heart. That's how it was when telephone service came to the islands over 100 years ago. And we believe the same rules apply today. We're your local communications company.
Hello? It's Dad.
Keeping you connected by providing simple, direct, meaningful choices that best suit your needs.
Hey, Hawaii. This is the American Savings Bank check card, and this is the American Savings Bank credit card. Enroll now in Travel Awards Plus and earn reward points on all signature-based purchases with either card. Those are points that may be combined into the same pool. This means you earn more points and you earn them faster. Points redeemable for valuable rewards. We call it Travel Awards Plus from American Savings Bank. You can call it fantastic.
KHNL.com. On top of the news with a network of TV stations across the country that step up during disasters. No fanfare, just honest, late-breaking news coverage that keeps the spotlight on for local viewers. KHNL.com.
Back in 2003, Dennis Erickson signed a 5-year, $12.5 million deal to coach the San Francisco 49ers. After 2 seasons, he was let go. While the Idaho head coaching position was rumored to pay only a couple $100,000 a year, athletic director Rob Spear was able to convince Erickson to coach the Vandals. And tonight's Geico quote of the game comes from the Idaho athletic director, who said at the time of Erickson's hiring, let's face it, doesn't hurt that the 49ers are paying him for the next couple of years. Nothing like playing with house money up in Idaho. In essence, the 49ers are paying Erickson more to coach the Vandals than the University of Idaho is. That's life in the NFL. If you can raise your kids to be coaches, go ahead and do it.
An attempted squibber. It's fumbled, picked up on the 30-yard line. And holding on to it was Fergestrom again. Fergestrom is very busy. You had to feel that. Shiloh Kale made the tackle for Idaho. Idaho, by the way, 66 yards in 12 plays, 3 minutes and 11 seconds of elapsed time. They had many shots at the end zone, unable to score through the air. They settled for a 26-yard field goal by Amancio. Big play in that drive was Wichman to Smith-Anderson, 38-yard pass. That set everything up. First down for Hawaii at their own 28. Brennan looking sideline, throws. That is complete to Sample. Sample running after the catch, able to circle back inside the defender.
Well, the Vandals running a 4-3 defense, very similar to what Fresno ran. And as I said back then during that game, it basically gives you the short and medium range passes, and Hawaii has just been eating those up all night long. It was designed in the NFL to stop the run. You have those 4 big guys down on the line of scrimmage, but it does give up short and medium range passes.
Ogletree was the defender that was run by, and then Bobora finally made the tackle, gain on the play of 9. 2nd and 1. Brennan again checks off, looks in the pocket, in trouble, turning the corner, stumbles, and his knee goes down at about the 36-yard line. So he probably gets back very close to the line of scrimmage, may have lost a yard. But excellent pressure that time by Bobora and Ogletree.
Nady Lawa does a nice job of coming outside and picking up the outside rush, but the pocket collapses on Cole Brennan, and he's just a shoelace away from getting some big yardage because there was nothing but green space in front of him, but he goes down and sits up a third, about 3.
Ogletree, credit him with the chase and the catch on the tackle. 3rd down and 2. Brennan throws. That is complete to the 40, to the 45. Jason Rivers. And Rivers has the first down. Another third down conversion.
That's the wide receiver screen, something that June loves to run. And actually that little pause right there by Rivers allowed his blockers to get out in front of him a little bit. When he caught it earlier, I believe it was him, caught it earlier tonight, he got out there in front of his blockers. And you don't want to do that. That's the one that they nicknamed jailbreak, because everybody's running all over the place.
Hawaii now 6 for 6 in third down conversions in this game with 8:28 left to play in the first half. Hawaii leading 21-10. So Brennan punches the clock again with the first down. Looking sideline, throwing, coming back for the ball. That will be a catch. Gain on the play of about 8 yards. Chad Mock coming back for the ball. Stanley Franks covering on the play for Idaho.
It's a lot of experience in this Hawaii offense. And right now, I mean, they're almost looking like they're bored out there. This Hawaii offense. And there's a lot of experience. Ian Sample, a senior. Jason Rivers has been around the block. Davone Bess, sophomore, but he was a freshman All-America last year. There's a lot of experience out there, and it's showing.
Sample wide to the near side. Brennan in trouble. Has running room. Oh, he's alone in a city and county park. All the way down to the 20-yard line.
Well, Ben Alexander there coming off the Idaho right side, loses contain and allows Colt to get outside and get a nice 26-yard gain.
When he turns the corner, I mean, he's got to have been surprised. Look at the room.
A couple of plays ago, he was caught by the shoelaces. This time, he gets away, and it would have been the same thing on that last play. Just wide open spaces with the receivers taking all of the defensive backs with them downfield. Colt Brennan has a lot of room in front of him before anybody even notices that he's running.
Triple wide receiver to the near side. Sample, Bess, Grice-Mullins. Mock is to the left. First down from the 21. Brennan to Ilawa. And Ilawa in deep trouble. Finally succumbs to the pressure back at about the 30-yard line. So that time, the gadget play that Hawaii has really doesn't work.
Nice job by Musika, their returning starter, number 91, sniffing out that shuffle pass, and it had nowhere to go.
But look at Ilawa, just always working. This guy's legs always pumping, breaks out of that tackle and almost gets out of it for some positive yardage, but the Vandals there in pursuit.
Second down and 16. Ball back at the 27. Brennan. There's another shovel pass. This is to Ilawa. 20, 15. Ilawa inside the 10. That's enough for a first down. That was run to perfection because Ilawa and all the pressure went to the near side of the field. Ilawa made the catch and stepped to the far side of the field, and it was wide open.
That's a scheme right there, because when Ilawa catches this, the play draws all the Idaho defenders to one side of the field. When Ilawa gets it outside of the hash mark, between the hash mark and the sideline, there was only Franks out there. He doesn't make that tackle. Ilawa is still running. It's a great call by the Hawaii offense.
6:18 left to play in the first half. Hawaii calls a timeout. Hawaii leads 21-10. Back with more in a moment.
Toyota Tacoma, Toyota Tundra, as big as the life you lead. At your Toyota Hawaii dealer.
Someone once told me that when you feel like giving up, remember why he held on for so long in the first place. Yep.
K5, the home team, has your ticket to the best seat in the house. Your house for live University of Hawaii sports on Oceanic Time Warner pay-per-view. Score big with friends and family and cheer for your home team from home. Catch the Warriors as they go head-to-head against the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech on November 11th, live on pay-per-view. To order, call 643-3333 or tune to Digital Channel 254. Brought to you by K5, the home team, and Oceanic Time Warner Cable.
The University of Hawaii Athletics Scholar Spotlight for this week is on Leanne Horvitz of the Rainbow Sailing Team. Scholar Spotlight is presented by AIG Hawaii. Discover the AIG advantage. Hawaii has a first down just outside the 10-yard line. So they threaten again. They lead it 21-10 over Idaho. Last year, Hawaii was able to defeat Idaho in Moscow, 24-0. Colt Brennan. Looking. Now throws. That is incomplete. Threw into coverage that time. It was intended for Ian Sample. Sample had crossed over the middle. Not only is that route to draw, or usually draws a big crowd, it's also a very dangerous route.
The Sample had 3 guys on his back, and Colt still delivered the football. You can see June Jones there telling his quarterback to just calm down and make the play and let the offense work through its progressions.
Sample and Dickerson are now the wide receivers to the right. Rivers and Bess to the left. In motion is Dickerson. Ball is given to Ilawa, trying to turn the corner. Does at the 10, at the 5. Very close. Touchdown.
Well, you let Nate get up a full head of steam, and you're not going to stop him. He is just playing very, very well.
And the low center of gravity, too. He comes off, keeps the legs pumping. They make contact with him, but they can't stop him. He gets across the goal line.
Excellent job again by that offensive line. Ilawa's 8th rushing touchdown of the season.
Yes, nice log block by John Estes there on the right defensive end of the Vandals.
There you see Britton Forrester. They're going to see whether it was a touchdown or not. So this referee, who sounds as if he's been on a few cattle drives, will come over to the side, and let's see if he has that short little line again. And apparently he does. Did he get over? Did he break the plane?
Well, they could say that his knee was down right before the ball went across the goal line, but I mean that's one. You need to review that one.
I don't see any irrefutable evidence there. I'd say that was a touchdown.
Well, for that ground angle, if it holds it on the freeze, watch when his knee hits the ground. I don't think the ball's over the line. We'll take it out right there. The ball's not over the line. His knee is down. So they might bring that one back. But that's just delaying the inevitable. But then again, we did see Hawaii fumble an option pitch down here inside the 5 last week at the New Mexico State.
There you see the officials looking at the replay. You could be right, Russ. They could be calling this one back.
They're either checking the replay or surfing the internet.
Yeah.
So where would you mark it? About the half-yard line?
Probably. Sure. Just
about the one.
Outside the goal line. Purchasing U8 tickets has never been easier. Buy your individual game tickets online and put them on your home or office computer. Season ticket holders can resell tickets or transfer them via email to friends and family. Check out these and other new conveniences at HawaiiAthletics.com.
If it's where the ball is at, it'll be at the half-yard line. If it's where the knee is at, it'll be on the 1. But then again, they might just come out and call this a touchdown because we're not the officials.
Referee Paul LeBen.
At the review, The player's knee was down and the ball was only at the 1 yard line. It's not a touchdown. Ball will be placed at the 1 yard line. Second down.
So that'll give Nate Ilawa a chance to score again, but with the extra carry just cut into his yards per carry average. But then again, you never know.
Ilawa girding to carry the ball here. Luckily in that chin strap. Ball is at the 1 yard line. Now, Athletic Justice would say that Ilawa should get the carry. That offensive line, Acero, Hercules Satelli, Samson Satelli, John Estes, Dean Operesa. Is he going to come out? They want to get where the ball is, because I think Hawaii now is trying to say, look, you have to spot this. You can't just arbitrarily be at the 1 yard line.
So this is one thing about college replay that has to change. This is just way too long.
It really breaks the tempo of the game.
It does. And we, we're not rocket scientists up here, and we figured it out long ago.
That wasn't long. That phone call wasn't long that time. So referee LeBen will go out to see if they will microscopically change the position of the ball, or maybe the down marker. What down
worse.
This is?
That's even worse. They should know that already.
So it is third down. They do not move the ball. It is third at the 1. 3rd and goal to go. Brennan questioning whether he should be under center, so he does. Ilawa right behind him. The option. Ilawa trots into the end zone, easily scoring.
Delaying the inevitable.
There's your Athletic Justice.
You go back to his rushing touchdowns again. You erase the 8. Now you put it back. That's his 8th of the season. 27-10.
Well, that was even easier than the last one.
So Britton Forrester out of the hold of Funaki. And we have some movement.
I thought they might want to review to see if he had.
I got 9.
Found a false start on the defense.
90.
False start on the offense.
92 is all I had.
A rare glimpse into the life of an official.
Dead ball, false start. 92 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. We play the try.
Well, after you're thinking out loud in front of a stadium full of people, you kind of have to call it a 92, don't you? There's no going back from that.
That's for sure. 92 is Rocky Savaitangawa. Ball is placed down. It is kicked for the PAT by Britton Forrester. And it is good. So Hawaii now leads 28-10 with 5:46 left in the first half.
Let's take a look at Nate Ilawa as he goes on into the end zone and watch him at the end of this thing. He's going to dust off his knee to say, hey, my knee didn't touch the ground on that one. And the play before, the officials needed to go back and double check the down additions, or the down part of the down additions, because after a touchdown is scored, the chain gang automatically flips the distance, the down marker to first down, so they had to go back and double check to see that it was third down, and Nate Ilawa takes it in.
Rocky Savaitangawa out of Eva Beach and Ia, 6'3", 321-pounder moved. That moved the extra point try back, but Forster had no trouble with that at all. Raymond Fry and Wes Williams again deep for Idaho. 5:46 left to play in the first half. Brennan now 22 of 27, 171 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ilawa with the 1-yard touchdown run. There's the kickoff. Fry chases it and watches it go out of the back of the end zone. So Idaho will begin at the 20. Wichman getting ready to go to work as he talks with the head coach Dennis Erickson. Erickson was the coach of Miami when Miami built that reputation, talking smack and all of that. But he does have 2 national championships.
And 14 bowl appearances.
Wichman 9 of 18 for 139 yards. He comes out double wide receiver to the left side. A delay. With it is Flowers. Flowers with a very good game. Flowers just, again, exploded into the secondary and probed his way up over the 30-yard line for the first down. It will give him forward progress to the 32. Adam Leonard finally diagnosed and made the tackle for Hawaii. Hawaii leading 28-10. Is to the far side. Fry and Haynes to the near side, the wide receivers. Wichman looking, and they get him.
That was Aluminium that was holding on to his ankle there, but there was at least 3 or 4 Warriors all around him.
Aluminium, the first to him. That will be a sack, and that is the first sack of this season for Aluminium.
Well, the pocket just closes in on Wichman, and the black shirts get to him, take him to the turf. And Idaho, if they have any chance in this ball game, God has to come up with plays like that. They can't be having quarterback running for his life.
Again, the empty backfield. 5 wide receivers. Wichman, quick pass. That is complete to Icaro. And he is horse-collared out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, still short of the first down. That'll bring up 3rd down and 2. Even though Jay Martinez, I said Icaro, that's Tracy Ford, number 7. Icaro is number 2.
Even though this is the first time we've seen no back tonight, I know that Jerry Glanville was expecting to see it because he practiced against it quite a bit yesterday, including blitzes in the no back set. And we've seen 2 in the last 2 plays. We'll see what happens now.
So it's 2nd down, or excuse me, 3rd down and 2. In motion is Heacock. Ball is given and no gain at all. Boy, that ball, as soon as he got it, he was swallowed up. And it was Flowers, I believe. We'll see. Either Flowers or Bird. It's Flowers.
Nice job of Mel Purcell coming down the line of scrimmage there to make that tackle.
Purcell, another starring tackle for that defensive front for Hawaii. TJ Conley is in to punt. Conley almost a 40-yard average. See if he can root it here. Newberry waiting for it. Calls for the fair catch. It bounces, heads to the sideline, and goes out of bounds inside the 20. Hawaii will begin there. 41-yard punt. Some bravado going on between the teams. So Hawaii will go to work here. They lead at 28-10. Another workman-like performance by Brennan and his receivers. Rivers to the far side, Sample to the near side. Back with Brennan. Bess and Dickerson in the slot. Brennan may run. He will run. 25, and he's tripped up. Every time Brennan runs, though, every time he takes that chance, you can almost hear the gasp of the hometown crowd.
And he's got no favorites as far as receivers go. Ian Sample and Nady Lawa, 5 catches each. Jason Rivers, Davone Bess, 4 each. Chad Mox got 3. Dickerson's got 1. He spread it out to 6 different receivers. Dickerson only 1 catch tonight, but we'll let him pass because of that 100-yard kickoff return for a score to start the ball game.
2nd down and less than a yard. Keeping the ball again. 35 has the first down to midfield, and he's finally rolled up there. David Bobora in a chasing mode got him. So more ad-libbing by Brennan.
It looks like the Warriors trying to go long, but the coverage, the too deep coverage with man underneath, is just not allowing it to, so he just scrambled for a nice 23-yard gain. Looks like Tyler Gronke's coming into the game.
I wonder if the coach is upset with him. We don't want you running around like that. Here's Gronke.
They don't look upset. They're out there laughing.
Gronke, 14 of 17 for 149 yards and 1 touchdown. He lays it off to Ilawa. Juggles, breaks 1 tackle, spins by another, and loses a yard on the play.
Yeah, I think that was just Coach June Jones giving Colt Brennan a breather, because he had actually good vision on that play. It was a shuttle pass that he pulled back on. He didn't pull the trigger on it because the rush got in his face. And that's Coach Dan Morrison, the quarterback's coach for Hawaii. He likes to talk about the vision of Colt Brennan. You saw some of it on the play previous when Colt pulled back on that shuttle pass.
Mock has come into the game. He is wide to the far side. Sample to the near side. Brennan looking. Throws. That is caught by Grice-Mullins, I believe. It is. Grice-Mullins on the 30-yard line. And Gronke threw that ball. I mean, he saw all kinds of receivers and possibilities, but he picked the perfect one that time.
This is an example of how well-oiled this Hawaii offense is. It's absolutely ridiculous of how well they're playing. This is Grice-Mullins, his first game back in a while. He just splits the seam, gets the reception, and after this play, Gronke literally skipped off the field with a Colt Brennan coming back on. This Hawaii offense just having way too much fun.
Brennan back in. First down from the 30-yard line of Idaho. Quick pass. That is complete to Sample. Sample sandwiches between 2 would-be tacklers. Sandwiches it again and gets inside the 20. I mean, he was running in a slot between defenders. Shiloh Kale finally halted his progress.
Really nice job of letting the blockers get in front of him there. You see that? Very, very nice job. Kept his feet going. Nice game. You know, if you're the defensive coordinator right now, you got to be reaching for the Pepto-Bismol if you're the Vandal defensive coordinator. I mean, Gronke comes in, moves it on you. Everybody's moving on you.
And look at the clock. It's counting down. 40 seconds left in the half. This Hawaii offense, they're just out walking around nonchalant. They kind of have the feeling that they're going to score.
First down and 10 from the 18 of Idaho. Brennan looking end zone. No, goes short. That ball bounces around. Incomplete. It was intended for Bess. That stops the clock with 29 seconds left to play in the first half.
That's one way to stop the clock, is to bounce the football off the face of a defender. Colt Brennan did right there. He's hitting everybody, including guys on the other team.
One thing about June Jones, he never stops coaching. Always tweaking, always looking for the advantage, always trying to make the patterns better, more easy to understand. Triple wide receiver to the right. Brennan looking left. Shovel pass. Ilawa. 10. 5. Touchdown.
Well, you saw it. The clock was winding down on this offense, and boy, they just had no sense of urgency. These guys are moving along at such an unbelievable clip that they just had no problem. The clock's running down before halftime. We'll just take it in. And Hawaii gets 34 points in the first half.
I'm looking at Jim Donovan, and you are too, Russ. He's happy. He has a big grin here. Forrester in to try the point after. Kick is up, and it is good. So Hawaii now leading at 35-10 over Idaho. Now, we say that Jim Donovan is happy because he is the executive director of the Hawaii Bowl. There you see the shovel pass to Ilawa. Ilawa going outside, tiptoes into the end zone.
You know, one of the websites had the predictions on bowl games, and the prediction for the Hawaii Bowl was Hawaii and Oregon State. And I don't know who's coming up with those predictions, but I don't think Oregon State will be a good matchup for Hawaii and the Hawaii Bowl, being that Oregon State is the last game of the season.
And that's looking to be a heck of a game with them beating USC today and played very, very well. Yeah, it's hard to tell where things are going to end up with the Sheraton Hawaii Bowl from the Pac-10 side. they're all beating each other.
But, I don't want Oregon State because they already played them. I want somebody new from the Pac-10.
Wouldn't make sense.
How's these initials? UCLA.
That would be my
the dream
game.
Yeah, that's the dreamer.
There's the big upset you're talking about up at Reser Stadium up there in Corvallis. USC falls. Their first Pac-10 loss since November of '03.
And Kelly kicking off. And that will go in and out of the end zone. That's a touchback. Idaho will have it with 18 seconds left to play here in the first half. It has been all black and silver and green and white. The Darth Vaders leading here 35-10.
So for a team that went with the squib kick early in the first quarter after a kickoff return for a touchdown, they're not going to go deep right here. They're going to let the ball run after the clock run out, are they?
Wichman on a delay. Into the secondary, 20, 25, 30, 35-yard line. And carrying that ball is Raymond Fry. So for Fry, that's only his 4th carry of the season. And that's the end of the first half. Hawaii leading 35-10 over Idaho.
Did you get it all?
Yep. Tommy got your nuggets, Nikon extra crispy. Got jumbo burger with everything there. Here's your tacos. 1 sauce, 2 hot. Honey got your side salad and a side of fries because I know deep down you really want it. Everybody good?
I want what she's got. How about dessert?
Need a value meal that makes everyone happy? Try the new Family Value Meal from Pizza Hut. Start with 2 medium pizzas topped any way you want them. Add breadsticks and cinnamon sticks and a 2-liter of Pepsi.
More pepperoni, supreme, breadsticks, cinnamon sticks?
You always get more when you go for the good stuff.
Welcome back to Aloha Stadium. The haka performed by members of the University of Hawaii Warrior football team before games has generated a lot of talk. In fact, we've had a number of requests to show the haka in its entirety during our broadcast. So right now we'll flash back to a little after 5:30 p.m. and show you the Warriors preparing for tonight's game with the haka. This flashback is sponsored by Big Island Candy.
Isn't too bad.
It's my son. He's just learning how to drive.
Here's your repair check, sir.
Wow, that was fast.
Whoa, whoa, break.
Instant claim settlement. Discover the AIG Advantage. Get your free auto insurance quote today.
Probably gonna see you guys again real soon.
You believe this? Toyota takes their most popular 4-door ride and tricks it into a road-gripping go-kart. Like wrapping America's sweetheart in skin-tight leather pants. It's all sport suspension, 6-speeded and aerodynamics, giving you looks, performance, a buzz from just driving between stop signs. Can a car famous for its reliability also be notorious for pure pleasure? Yeah, the totally new Camry SE at your Toyota Hawaii dealer.
Previously on Sunday Night Football.
Towels are twirling. Here we go. What's been dubbed the Manning Bowl.
the Chicago Bears, I believe that they're the real deal.
It's another big one this Sunday night. Cowboys, Panthers. Keyshawn against the man that drove him out of Big D. Revenge against his former team. NBC Sunday Night Football.
$35-10 here at halftime. Take a look at the numbers of the first half. Hawaii with a substantial lead, but in passing yards, 220 to 147 for Idaho. In total offense, 284 to 201. That is not a big difference. Third down conversions is Hawaii 7 for 7 and Idaho only 1 for 5. And in time of possession, Hawaii has it 17:43 to 12:17. So Hawaii leading 35-10. The key here is the individual performances, because Brennan, 24 of 30 for 201 yards and 3 touchdowns. That kind of individual performance, when plugged in here, really doesn't show the dominance that Hawaii has been able to put on the field in the first half against Idaho.
A little ironic here, we're going to watch the Vandal highlights. Most of them are on defense. There's a great athletic play by Franks knocking the ball down. We're going to come back and see Vorbora on a couple plays all over the place. Makes a nice tackle right here. Coming up again. He's got 5 tackles so far this season, 96 for the season, breaking up the pass. Here's a nice rundown by Ogletree. And their one TD of the game to Wendell Octave.
On the other side, boy, I tell you, folks, things are just working great for this Hawaii offense. It started with a bang on special teams. 100-yard kick return by Ross Dickerson to get the party started. Then it's Davone Bess is doing what he do. And then watch some good team offense up here coming up by Hawaii. Watch the inside receiver pull the safety across your screen. That leaves it wide open for Jason Rivers. He comes up with a touchdown. And then Nate Ilawa, after an overturn on a review, he marches it in, does enough in defense. They said his D was down on the 1-yard line. Nate Ilawa having his usual great game for this Warrior offense.
Time now for What's on Tap, sponsored by Heineken. I turn to Jim and Russell to find out what to look for in the second half. Gentlemen.
More playing time. Look for Tyler Gronke and some of the second-string guys on offense and defense for the Warriors to get more playing time, and that will help the Warriors as they go into San Jose State, Oregon State, and Purdue.
Both of these teams also need to turn up the D. The Vandals come in at 4-4, in danger of losing this game, but they're in the position to get into a bowl game, and to have any success tonight, they need to turn up the defense against this Hawaii offense and get a few stops and get something positive for the rest of the season.
When we come back, we'll have the kickoff for the second half. Hawaii leading 35-10 over Idaho. Stay with us.
How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her,
burger,
she kissed me.
Fries,
No one said, ain't
then a 24-year-old bottle of French Bordeaux.
tell me
The
quick.
Carl's Jr. $6,000 combo meal, exclusively at the Palms.
Pizza Hut's having a national pizza sale.
Buy any pizza at regular price and get any medium pizza for just $5 more.
I'll get a supreme
Regular price
and a pepperoni.
$5 buckaroos.
Meat lovers,
$5 ramen.
peppers and onions,
$5 Reno.
sausage,
High spot.
veggie lovers,
$5 Maximus.
llama.
Pizza Hut's national pizza sale. Buy any pizza at regular price and get up to 5 medium pizzas for just $5 each. The sale's so good you gotta go for more.
Hope the kids are hungry.
Gather around the good stuff.
This exclusive sports presentation of the home team is sponsored in part by Kaiser Permanente, Pride, and by American Savings Bank, helping Hawaii's businesses and communities grow.
Hawaii leading 35-10. Tonight's halftime adjustment is sponsored by Cairo Plan Hawaii.
My first one is go vertical. The Vandals have to go vertical just to get back in the game. And I want the Warriors to go vertical because I'm going through withdrawals because we haven't seen one for 2 quarters.
Well, Idaho needs to get tough on third down, I tell you. Hawaii is a perfect 7 of 7, as you saw in our halftime stats on third down. That's just that's nothing to hang your hat on, especially for a coach like Dennis Erickson. He's got a long career, a couple of national championships in Miami. His defense needs to turn it up right here on third down.
When you take a look at how Hawaii has passed, they've gone the short route time and time and time again. In fact, in the first half, there were only 2 passes that went for 20 or more yards. Gronke had one of them, and Brennan had the other. One for 20, one for 21. We'll see whether Hawaii changes in what you want to see, Mr. Donovan, and that is to go vertical, to go deeper with the patterns.
Just give me one, 30, 40-yard pass down the field. That'd be nice to see. Fun to watch. I'm sure everybody out there feels the same way.
Dennis Erickson, his team being blitzed here as we are about to start the second half. Hawaii will be on the road next week at Utah State. They win tonight, and then if they're able to win next week, that will be their 7th victory. They become bowl eligible.
Boy, that's a big smile on your face, Jim Donovan.
I have nothing to say. I want to jinx him.
So diplomatic. So diplomatic. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. Hawaii with a, as we said, substantial lead. And this could be one of those everybody plays games. Like in the old ice skating rinks, all skate. The organ music goes and everybody has a chance to participate. Hawaii will kick off. Raymond Fry and Wes Williams, as they have all throughout the game, will be deep for the Vandals. So Dan Kelly will kick off. There you see Raymond Fry. Kickoff returns. He has 3 for 63 yards. Fry can fly, that's for sure.
Here we go.
So Kelly getting ready. This game started electrifyingly well with a 100-yard kickoff return by Ross Dickerson. They kick it into the corner. They kick it to Fry, and he will return it. He's at the 10. Out over the 20 to about the 23-yard line. And so Idaho will start there. Their quarterback, Steve Wichman, 10 of 19 for 147 yards and 1 touchdown. His longest completion, that was to Luke Smith-Anderson in the first half, 38 yards.
Pretty amazing. I counted 4 missed tackles there on the kickoff team, and they still stopped him at the 23-yard line. That's just a phenomenal job.
Guyton Galdera credited with the start. So Octave is flanked to the far side. Flowers is back with Wichman. Wichman throws. That is complete. Oh, great catch that time. Great catch by Wes Williams. Williams had turned and was backpedaling, and that ball showed up. Jacob Patek tried to cover on the play, but a first down for Idaho.
Something a little different that time from the Hawaii defense. Put a linebacker out at the cornerback spot. Kalili Moku had A.J. Martinez sort of back off in a zone look. But the Vandals go to the opposite side of the field. Let's see if Hawaii goes with that again.
Octave, Anderson, Williams, and Haynes are the wide receivers. Richmond throws over the middle, and that is incomplete. Boy, was he open. Luke Smith-Anderson. And that ball just whizzed by him as he turned around in the pattern.
The Warriors in a 2-deep man underneath, and all year long the tight end has been causing the Warrior defense some problems, probably because they don't practice against it other than the scout team when they play a tight end. When they go against the regular Warrior offense every day, there's no tight end out there. So it's always an adjustment for them to play against a tight end.
So it is second down and 10. Ball at the 42. Wichman, the throw again, does. That is incomplete. That whizzes right by Wes Williams. Covering on the play was Ilamimian. And Ilamimian says something to Williams as he goes back to the huddle.
Well, that's right on the receiver right there. That ball's right there. He's just kind of Short arms. It didn't even short arm it. It just kind of went through the bread basket. Went right through the bread basket. That was the easy catch that did not come up for Idaho.
Octave and Haynes are the wide receiver. Flowers back with Wichman. 3rd down and 10. Wichman dancing. Now throws. That is incomplete, I believe. Yes. And we have penalty flag.
It's definitely holding on Mel Purcell. It was all kinds of flags.
They're going to call it on Idaho. Purcell trying to get in there, and he was pulled at and tugged at.
Yeah, he got mugged.
He'll probably decline this
holding.
penalty.
62 on the offense. Penalties decline. 4th down.
Well, Coach Erickson, he's looking unhappy, but he better be unhappy with his offensive lineman, because that was a no-brainer call. I mean, look at that. I mean, Purcell was practically tackled as he tried to get to the quarterback.
Adam Jaratovec out of Palo Alto, California. 297-pound freshman at 6'3", called for the penalty. Conley back to punt. Newberry chases it toward the sidelines at about the 16-yard line. And that's short. That takes a Hawaii bounce out over the 30, out over the 35. We'll see where they finally put it. 34-yard punt and no return. So Hawaii with excellent field position as we start the 3rd period. Receiving, Ilawa has received 7 passes for 48 yards and a touchdown. Sample 6 for 67. Rivers 4 for 34, and Bess 4 for 27 as we start the 2nd half. Triple wide receiver to the left. Ilawa back with Brennan. Brennan, quick swing. And with it is Bess. And Bess breaking tackles out over the 35. That should be enough for a 1st down. Keel McDonald.
Great balance there by Davone Bess.
Keel McDonald was there trying to make the tackle. Bess stepping away from him.
Roughing the passer, number 92 on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic 1st down.
Ryan Davis called for the penalty. 6-footer, 261-pound senior out of Laverne, California. So he gets called. And that will be advancing the ball to the 48-yard line of Idaho.
Well, Dennis Erickson has to be beside himself. Nothing is going right for his ball club. And it went wrong from the get-go. A 100-yard kickoff return on the opening kick by Ross Dickerson. And now his defense is just getting shredded.
Reagan Mauia has come into the backfield with Brennan. They triple up the wide receivers to the right. Another quick pass. This is to Grice-Mullins. Mullins gets by 1 and then advances inside the 45 to about the 43. Good gain on 1st down. Keel McDonald there along with Chris Smith for Idaho to halt his progress. Jordan Williams, the middle linebacker, also contributed.
Grice-Mullins was the 7th Hawaii receiver to catch a pass in this ball game, and that just makes it even harder for a defense to stop. Not only does Hawaii throw it all over the ballpark, but you never know who's going to get it.
2nd down and 6. Brennan 4 wide, steps up in the pocket. Brennan rolling, sets up, now throws. Coming back for it is Rivers. Rivers makes the catch at about the 35-yard line, and we have a penalty flag on the play. They just cannot get their hands on Brennan.
It's a legal man downfield, which happens when the quarterback, the offensive lineman, thinks he's going to run with it.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Number 70 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. From the previous spot, replay 2nd down.
Tala Esera.
Yeah, the linemen look back, they see Colt running, think he's going to break downfield, so they break downfield, but when he lets go of it and they're downfield, that's a penalty. It kind of puts the offensive lineman in a weird spot.
2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line for Hawaii. They lead it 35-10 in this game over Idaho. Brennan again to throw. Steps up. Now looks. He wants the touchdown. It is off the receiver. It was intended for Ross Dickerson. Dickerson had a step, and he was endeavoring to get the ball.
Yeah, at about the 30-yard line, he had his hand up calling for the football, did Ross Dickerson. And the defensive back may have got his hand up just at the last moment to kind of throw that ball off its mark, and it just bounces right up the chest plate of Ross Dickerson. He'll say he should have had it.
That ball was there.
Help me get my fix. I wanted to see one downfield. Thank you, Colt.
Oh, in vertical. 3rd down and 10 from the 48-yard line of Idaho. Oh, wait, he needs the first down. They were 7 for 7 on 3rd downs in the first half. Now he throws. That is complete, and with the first down catch is Mock to the 34. Oh, wait, now 8 for 8 in 3rd down conversions in this game, and the inexorable march up the field continues. David Obora there again to make the stop. 6'1" junior out of Eugene, Oregon. He's 240 pounds, but he just motors all over that field for Idaho.
But just ridiculously easy. I mean, Colt Brennan just sort of rolls out of the pocket, just sits there. Chad Mock ran a pattern on the near side, just broke to the middle of the field, sat in the middle, and Colt got him the football.
Brennan again throws. That is complete to the slot back. Tiptoeing down the sideline is Grice-Mullins. Touchdown!
Welcome back.
Ryan Grice-Mullins, injured against Boise State. Couldn't play, and couldn't play, and then couldn't play and couldn't play again. Well, he's back. For Grice-Mullins, that's his 3rd touchdown catch of the season.
Now, if you're June Jones, JD, you're asking for the long ball, but if you're June Jones, you just go with what works. And why tip your hat to the rest of the league with some deep patterns you have when the underneath stuff is working and your receivers do stuff like that, yards after the catch? Just makes life a whole lot easier on the head coach.
Forrester with the PAT. Hawaii now leading 42-10.
Timeout.
I love October. Big plays, long drives, yeah. It's Chevy Truck Month, and that means bonus cash. Check out the 07 Chevy Silverado Classic, backed by the GM 100,000-mile, 5-year powertrain limited warranty.
During Truck Month, use $4,000 total cash back to buy this 07 Silverado Classic half-ton crew for $22.60 after all applicable offers.
Get in the game during Chevy Truck Month.
See your Hawaii Chevy dealer today.
You're watching K5 the home team. It's magically delicious.
Hawaii 75 yards in 5 plays, 2 minutes and 17 seconds of elapsed time. Brennan to Grice-Mullins, 34-yard touchdown pass. Brennan now 28 of 35, 266 yards and 4 touchdowns. Oh, by the way, Britton Forrester missed the extra point. So it is 41-10. From our angle, looked like he made it. But he didn't. He missed it. So Dan Kelly will kick off. Williams and Fry again deep. Coming up to take it is Fry. He is dangerous on returns. Fry slides by the first wall of black shirts. And then down he goes.
CJ Hawthorne in on the tackle there.
Yep. So CJ, number 19 on the special teams. And Idaho will go to work again. (41-10). Hawaii leading. Haynes and Williams are wide to the left. Oh, he's given the Flowers into that secondary. And he really takes a lick. Coming up from the secondary to hit him was Leonard. Adam Leonard again. Leonard has a real sledgehammer in technique. And on the play of only 2 yards, 2nd down and 8 for Idaho. The ball at the 30. Haynes and Williams to the far side. Raymond Fry now has gone in at tailback. Fry has been effective in the kickoff returns. We'll see how he does here on the delay. Fry trying to get outside. He won't be able to do it. And Erickson very upset, either with the play or thought he may have had a face mask violation. J.J. Martinez led the charge.
I don't know if you see it, but from up here, it looked like somebody threw a clipboard down at that Idaho sideline. It could be mistaken, but that's not a happy coach right there in Dennis Erickson.
So another third down play. Tracy Ford now has gone in as the running back for Idaho. Wichman back to pass. Wichman throws. That is complete for the first down. And with it is Haynes. So Haynes, the leading receiver, comes back. And he's able to settle in the seam at the 40-yard line.
Just to make sure that I'm not seeing things on the previous play, I thought I saw a clipboard come in, and we'll take a look at it. It's the previous play. And Coach Erickson, there's the clipboard. That's not a good way to handle University of Idaho property.
Icaro and Mumbala have come into the game. Ball is given to, let's see, that's, you see where when they unpile here, they've really changed the runners, and it is going to be Flowers.
Yeah, he goes down. Looks like the ball was starting to come out the crowd. Yeah, he kind of double clutched it. The crowd reacted to it, but Flowers doing a good job of hanging on to the football.
9:04 left. Good gain on the play of 6 yards. Second down and 4 for Idaho. Wichman, double wide receiver to the right. Hands that ball off, and with it is Jason Bird. And Bird gets into the mix master. We have a penalty flag thrown. Short of the first down. Gain on the play of only about 2.
Really nice job by Kaila Count there at the nose tackle position, just stuffing that play. Very nice job.
This is holding call. That's not good for Idaho. It is on Idaho. You come up with a penalty in theory because it gives you an
holding
advantage.
50 on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Jake Tadvik holding.
The holding penalty is in there because it gives you an advantage on offense, and they still get shut out by this Hawaii defense.
Lumbala has come in to the game, number 32 for Idaho. So Idaho searching on their bench for something that works. Bird is a single setback. Lumbala sets up on the wing. Wichman fakes the handoff. Being chased, throws that ball out of bounds. That'll bring up third down. Good pressure that time. And leading the charge was Brad Kalilimoku.
Great job of shifting his weight back towards the out of bounds, towards the sideline, and not allowing him to get around the contain. It was a nice job by Brad.
Third down and 15 for Idaho. Hawaii putting in some extra defensive backs. 8:20 left to play in the third. Idaho, as we mentioned, really has that revolving door for receivers and running backs. Bird is back with Wichman. Wichman takes the handoff again and gets away from Leonard. Throws. That is complete to the tight end, Luke Smith-Anderson, and that's enough for the first down. So the tight end bites the Hawaii defense again.
Yeah, Adam Leonard came on a blitz off the edge, kind of a delayed blitz. He came from way off on the edge. Has a clean shot on the quarterback, but he misses him. Wichman gets rid of the football. That's a big first down conversion for the Vandals.
Nice tackle there by Tyson Kafensis coming from the outside linebacker position across the field. Tracy
Ford in as the running back.
Tyson Kafensis again coming on the blitz down the line of scrimmage, making the tackle.
Ford with a very short gain on the play. He's able to move the ball inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line. So Jason Bird comes back in as the running back, number 44. Icaro to the near side. And to the far side is Haynes. They come out with double wide receiver to the left. Second down. Wichman to throw. Wichman steps up. He can run. He's at the 40. And he has the first down as he gets to the 36-yard line. The ball comes out, but I believe he was down. So Idaho moving the ball. Away changing.
Little twist there by the defensive line. That's when the nose tackle goes into the center guard gap and the end will twist around or vice versa. It's often hard for the offensive lineman to pick it up.
Ford is flanked to the far side. They come out with 5 wide receivers on first down from the Hawaii 36-yard line. 5 of them. Wichman back to pass. Now throws. That's incomplete.
When defense comes into Aloha Stadium, goes up against this Hawaii offense.
Raymond Fry was the intended receiver.
It's a little difficult on the defense. They have to change up their normal pattern because Hawaii runs 4 and 5 wide. But in this case, the Idaho offense comes out with 5, and the Hawaii defense is at an advantage because they see it every day in practice. So we get Solomon Elamimian here just patrolling the middle. Hands-on football, but no flag. That's what it's like to play at home.
Fry in motion. Wichman to throw again. Does. That is batted away. Was intended for D'Angelo Ramsey. That's the first time that Ramsey has been in a pattern tonight. A.J. Martinez covering on the play for Hawaii. That'll bring up third down and 10.
Ramsey misses one right out in his hands, and Coach Erickson takes him straight out of the ball game. He's a frustrated coach right now. His team needs to make some plays here.
Fry, Icaro, and Haynes are the wide receivers. Wichman looking, sideline, throws long. It is out of bounds, I believe. Yes, it was intended for Haynes on the far side. Good coverage. Jacob Patek was there. And that'll bring up fourth down. Now, Idaho is behind in this game, 41-10. They're out of field goal range. A punt would do them little good, if any, and they're going to try for it.
This is a situation where you put your fastest guy as your right wideout. Ball's on the left hash. Just let him run to the corner and see if he can beat somebody. They got Adam Leonard, a linebacker, out here on a wide receiver on the near side of the field, right down here in the screen.
5 wide receivers again for Idaho. With it is Wichman trying for the first down. He's hit. He fumbles away. He may have it.
Jacob Patek.
And Wichman is still down, trying to gather himself. Jacob Patek just unloaded on him.
Boy, Wichman is running with his head up, looking downfield. I don't think he even saw him coming. But boy, that's a shot right there. That's just solid football.
Timeout.
Credit Wichman. Walks off under his own power.
Hey, Hawaii. This is the American Savings Bank check card, and this is the American Savings Bank credit card. Enroll now in Travel Awards Plus and earn reward points on all signature-based purchases with either card. Those are points that may be combined into the same pool. This means you earn more points and you earn them faster. Points redeemable for valuable rewards. We call it Travel Awards Plus from American Savings Bank. You can call it fantastic.
There's a new reason to celebrate. GMC Truck Month. These are the professionals. More than mere players. They are determined in every sense. And undeniable in every way. The pros of GMC with the confidence of the GM 100,000-mile warranty on 2007 models.
Get an 07 Sierra Classic 1500 Crew SL for $23,225 after all offers.
First down, Hawaii will have it following that vicious hit by Jacob Pate. Nakoa Football is the official booster club of the University of Hawaii football team. For more information on the Nakoa Football Club, visit them on the web at nakoa.org. Brennan ready to go back to work. Reagan Mauia is back there with him. And triple wide receiver to the left. First down at the 27-yard line. Brennan looks over the middle with his reads, throws. That is complete to Dickerson with running room. The 40. Dickerson at the 30. Finally caught from behind at the 23. Ogletree saved the touchdown. Boy, Mr. Donovan, you talk about verticality. That's exactly what this team is doing now.
Yeah, they were in three deep right there. The Vandals were, and Shiloh Keo fell down, and that just allowed Ross Dickerson to take off.
But they had Rivers running down the outside. That kind of pulled the quarterback. Keo had him in coverage, had Dickerson in coverage all by himself, and when he went down, that's all she wrote. Dickerson almost took it to the house. Now the ball's just outside the red zone.
Ball resting at the 23. Mauia and Brennan. Brennan looking. Pump fakes. He'll run 20 and dives forward. Slides to about the 17-yard line.
Credit the Vandals with very nice coverage on that play. Colt was back there for what seemed like 6 or 7 seconds and finally decided he better run for it.
So the ball at the 17, and we're seeing a lot of that tonight. We're seeing a lot of Brennan running. Colt Brennan now 316 yards in passing and 4 touchdowns. Sample is to the far side. Rivers to the near side, the wide receivers. Brennan looking, throws. That is complete. A sliding catch by Grice-Mullins. That could be enough for the first down. Mullins sliding at about the 11-yard line. Shiloh Kale out of Everett, Washington, 5'10", freshman there to make the stop for Idaho. So Hawaii threatening again. They already lead it 41-10.
Colt Brennan coming up on his benchmark, 5 touchdown passes in the game. That's what he shoots for. And he's a 1 away from that tonight.
Hawaii overloads the left side. Brennan looking, throws for Sample, touchdown.
There you go. That was the same play as last week against New Mexico State that Russ called. It's actually a slant or a corner depending on the alignment of the defensive back, the corner. Nice job by Ian Sample right there, cutting inside because of alignment, making a touchdown.
They just make it look way too easy, don't they?
Hawaii now leading 47-10. Forrester back in. He missed the last PAT, and this one is good. Kind of shanked it to the left side, just got inside the upright. 48-10, Hawaii.
We believe that by seeing you when you're healthy, we can help keep you that way. whether you're a mother, you're staying alive, staying alive. Feel the city breaking and everybody shaking and we're staying alive.
Kaiser Permanente. Thrive.
Only $17. We grow our own vegetables.
Buy one, get one free.
We buy in bulk.
Celebrate the savor in you with My Choice Bundle from Hawaiian Telcom. Get home phone service, unlimited long distance, and high-speed internet. At $65.95 a month, it's the best value in town.
My mom cuts my hair.
To connect, call 643-0800.
Savers Unite!
Find the job you've always been looking for in the Star Classifieds, where Hawaii's top companies advertise.
Working in the food and beverage business for 15 years, I was looking for a change. I opened up the Star Classifieds, saw the ad, and it was the best move there for me.
The Midweek is a paper I look in all the time, and recently heard over the radio of the Star Classified ads.
Better by far, 5 to 4 star, Star Classifieds.
Hawaii, 73 yards in fourth place, 2 minutes and 5 seconds of elapsed time. Brennan to Sample, an 11-yard touchdown pass. That was his 5th touchdown pass of the game. Hawaii, 48 to 10. Fry and Williams again deep. Dan Kelly kicking off. Fry, yet another attempt. Here he comes. He's hit straight on and driven back by number 52, Rustin Saole, 5'11", 239-pound junior out of Waipahu. He just flattened him.
Nice job by Saole getting down the field, getting his feet underneath him, fighting off the blocker, and pretty much nailing him.
Saole has really played.
Well, you wonder what Fry's looking at. He runs right into him.
Saole has really played wondrously well. Brian Nui has come in. Remember that hit on Wichman. Nui has come in at quarterback. Number 5, Nui hands it off, probing the secondary for Idaho. Is Bird. Nui from Pendleton, Oregon, 6'2", 200-pound junior. He's 7 for 11, 138 yards in passing and 1 interception. So another quarterback has to leave after a big hit by Hawaii.
It's sort of a recurring theme for this Hawaii defense, is knocking out the opposing team's quarterback.
He's the 6th quarterback to leave the game. 8 running backs have been put out of action by Hawaii. With it, up the middle is Lumbala, Raleigh Lumbala, out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and one of the Warriors is down. Leonard Peters made the stop. Good run by Lumbala. Lumbala, only his 15th carry of the year. He has 2 touchdowns. 3:05 left to play, but concern here for the fallen Warriors.
Lumbala runs right at that umpire. You see your running backs do that every once in a while. They'll run right up and sort of use the official as a screen. And he ran right by him and got some extra yardage right there.
Trying to get the number.
I think it's... Can't tell. Yeah, I thought it might be Kayla Watson. I'm just not sure.
Yeah. We're told that it probably is Kayla Watson, but telling us they are not sure either. We don't want to say something that is not true here.
Whoever it is, they were sure moving his knee very gingerly, or his leg.
Could be John Estes too. John Estes has played brilliant in that offensive line. Hopefully it's not him. Well, it can't be him because this is defense. People with binoculars are feeding us information, and
yeah, that is Kayla Watson. You can see his face there. Well, one thing about you see a lot of in college football now is a lot of chop blocks, even away from the football. Hal Mumme, the New Mexico State coach, told us last week that he thought Boise State was a team that did a lot of chop blocks and called them a sort of a cheap shotting kind of team. But for New Mexico State, when you watch that replay, there was a bunch of times where New Mexico State linemen went after the legs of the Hawaii players. And we're not seeing that happen here to Keala Watson, but that's something that we've seen a lot of this season.
Keala Watson, 6'3", 328-pound sophomore from Nanakuli. And concern for him, he's been down a long time. And this is not good.
Right here.
Now you see him on that defensive front, and then we lose him.
He just kind of got caught up with in that big pile. The Idaho offensive lineman just sort of got into a group, pushed one way, and the running back Mubala cut back the other way. And Keala Watson was right there at the front of that pile being pushed sideways.
So they're going to help him off the field. And Keala Watson playing that defensive end position. And that defensive end position now has taken on a real troublesome aura, because Ikaika Alama Francis not playing tonight, and his backup Keala Watson. Keala Watson being helped from the field.
And Alama Francis right out there to help his backup. It's good team unity by Hawaii right there.
First down from the 41. With it again is Lumbala. Breaking tackles. Lumbala is finally head over heels at about the 48-yard line of Hawaii. Myron Newberry finally upended him.
Well, he had to, too. Newberry was the last line of defense. Everybody else kind of got caught up in the pile. And Newberry's out there, worked off a block of a wide receiver, and Newberry saves the touchdown because in front of him there was nobody, and Lumbala knew it.
Here's a question. Where has Lumbala been? He comes in here with 2:31 left to play in the third period. And he chews up some yardage. First down at the 48-yard line of Hawaii, and Nui calls timeout. So the defense, I turn to, we were saying that the offense had very high grades in the middle of the season. What about the defense?
Well, certainly they're markedly improved over last year. Jerry's probably the most impressive thing that I can see so far this year is how they're hitting. I mean, you gave those stats earlier, how many quarterbacks and running backs they're just knocking out of the game throughout the season. The defensive line's playing well, a little dinged up. The linebackers are playing fantastic, although they probably need to bring Michael Lafaele out to dinner because the nose tackle really sets it up for them. And the DBs are improved, so I'd probably give the Warrior defense a B+ through the first half of the season so far. What about you, Russ?
A B would be about right, which sounds kind of ridiculous to say on a night where the Warrior defense giving up only 10 points. It's the second best as far as points allowed this season. So Hawaii defense showed up tonight to slow down this Idaho offense. As you take a look at Keala Watson, they're working on him over there on the Hawaii sideline.
That's not a good sign. That's many people peering in there. First down at the 48 of Hawaii. Nui with Lumbala behind him. In motion is Keith Greer. He's in the game off the bench. Lumbala hit again, and finally down he goes at the 50-yard line. Loss of 2. Jacob Patek and Solomon Elamimian.
Solomon just didn't wrap, otherwise that was a heck of a hit.
Well, he came like he was shot out of a cannon about 3 feet off the ground. I don't know how he did that, but he got in there and put the hurt on Lumbala. Another Hawaii player's down.
So the players starting to get hurt here, and you just don't want to see this at all.
Especially with the score 48-10. Idaho not looking like they can stop Hawaii by any stretch. Hawaii pretty much shutting down the Idaho offense. It's time to start thinking about next week, your final road game of the season at Utah State if you're June Jones. Start thinking about putting in some of the players further down on the depth chart.
Lama Francis saying, hey, coach, come on. I can play.
He might have to if this is another defensive lineman.
Looking at Kiala Watson. Warrior fans, you're wondering what to do with your used cell phones. Clean out your drawers and help curb domestic violence by bringing any used cell phone to the Wahine volleyball game against San Jose on Sunday, October 9th. Phones will be donated to Hope Line, a program that recycles and refurbishes phones. Reynolds Fruin.
So they are taking a real hit there on the defensive line because Reynolds actually went in at that right end position to replace Kiala Watson. So now they have 3 people at that position that have went down in the last 2 games.
So the coach is not happy right there, and we can only guess what they're complaining about. But as you said earlier, I'm not saying it's happened here. I have not seen it here, but we've seen a lot of chop blocking by offensive players this season.
June Jones is not pleased, that's for sure. 2nd down and 12. The ball at midfield. Ramsey to the far side, along with Icaro. Ball is thrown, and that is over the head of the intended receiver. The question is that an incomplete pass or a lateral?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Jim, that was a lateral because the referee right there on the sideline never blew the whistle. So he must have felt that was a lateral pass.
So Lumbala able to scramble after it. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Actually a 2-yard gain. Nui continues in at quarterback in place of Wichman. Wichman had a good game. I mean, he was able to move the team, but not consistently. 3rd down. Nui throws. That is incomplete. Leonard Peters covering on the play was intended for Raymond Fry, and that will bring up 4th down. And Idaho will give it up. From local to long-distance wireless to internet, Hawaiian Telcom has solutions for all your communications needs. TJ Conley in the punt again. And Newberry is back. Myron Newberry, 5'8" junior out of Denton, Texas, and a transfer from Trinity College. He's standing at the 10-yard line. Hawaii leading in this game 48-10. There's the punt by Conley. That's off the side of his foot. Will go out of bounds right into the Honolulu advertiser signage across the way. Not a good punt, but one that will not be returned.
So at 5 touchdown passes, a 31 of 38 night, 333 yards for Cole Brennan. Will June Jones put him in the ball game with a 38-point lead. Tyler Gronke comes into the game.
Only a 20-yard punt.
You got the 2nd team offensive line in there also right now. So it's good to see some of these players are going to get some reps.
Marcus Kaunohi is now the center. Mauia back with Gronke. Gronke is a feisty quarterback. Throws, that is complete to Bess, and Bess is ridden down at the line of scrimmage. Bess caught the ball for a short gain, and then he tried to belly back, trying to get outside, couldn't do it. Vobora, the most effective tackler for Idaho, playing another stellar game, made the stop. 2nd down and 10, no gain on the play. Coming up to the end of the 3rd quarter with 24 seconds left. Rivers is to the near side. They come out and overload the left. Sample to the far side. Gronke looking. Chased out of the pocket. Now throws. That is incomplete. And then a big hit.
They don't throw a flag on that?
Ian Sample on a crossing pattern.
There's Tom
Taupule out of Long Beach, California.
That is amazing that they don't throw a flag on that one. It's the same officiating crew. It's the same officiating crew to throw a flag on Hawaii because they didn't give 1 second before they hit the center.
That was wrong. That was very wrong.
That was a late hit.
Since we're giving out grades, we'll give the officiating crew a D-.
6 seconds left in the third period. The students will be very happy following this play. Gronke throws. Good. That's complete. Bellying back again and getting enough, I believe, for the first down was Ian Sample. So Sample takes the shot and then comes right back with a reception on the next play.
And now we have a flag.
We have a penalty flag. So there you see Sample. Sample with a touchdown reception in this game. Brennan has done it again. 5 touchdown passes.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 47 on the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic first down.
Oh, you gotta be kidding
John
me.
Dominguez.
You gotta be kidding me.
Well, I have 2 things to say about that. It was a play late, and I'm glad they still called it because they need to keep control of this game, because if they allow those late hits to go on, this could get ugly.
That was a make-up call maybe, huh?
So the third quarter is now history. When we come back, it will be, of course, quarter number 4. Hawaii, big lead, 48-10.
It's over! There goes Woody. Fumble. Lamb has it. He's going to run. This is incredible.
Sears, proudly supporting UH Athletics. Get the good life. Great price savings this weekend.
In health as in life, being connected is a beautiful thing. Experience kp.org. Kaiser Permanente. Thrive.
Want better my breakfast? It's a croissant sandwich.
I don't like French things.
What about the bikini?
French kisses.
What's French for creepy? Wake up with a croissant sandwich from BK.
Celebrate the savor in you with My Choice Bundle from Hawaiian Telcom. Get home phone service, unlimited long distance, and high-speed internet for only $65.95 a month. To connect, call 643-0800.
Savers unite!
Call Big Island Candies or click on BigIslandCandies.com to order your favorite treats. New items are now available. Big Island Candies, home of the famous diagonally dipped shortbread cookies.
Fourth quarter has begun. The students wanted that long pass by Gronke. They didn't get it. Now the team has turned around and they're going away from the student section on the 45-yard line of Idaho. Gronke has come into the game taking the place of Brennan. Brennan left with 333 yards and 5 touchdowns and passing, and again, no interceptions. Tyler Gronke with Mount Ia. And back of him, first down from the 45. Gronke hit. The ball comes out. Is it an incomplete pass or a fumble? Apparently it's going to be a fumble. The ball was picked up. Jaron Williams made the hit. And Josh Shaw started to run down the near sideline.
The Vandals ran a stunt on the Warriors' left side with a blitz. The stunt was someone looping around. The blitz was someone coming straight forward. And here comes number 11 in for the tag.
Jaron
Tyler
Williams.
Gronke.
Jaron Williams, number 11. So Idaho will try to take advantage here. Carl has come into the game as a receiver.
Colt Brennan's going, boy, I got out of this game at just the right time, didn't I?
Tracy Ford also in the game as the running back. The motion is Williams. Ball is given to Ford. He is swallowed up, forced back, and still on his feet. He was grabbed by Wilson. Lawrence Wilson, the nose tackle.
And actually, Lawrence Wilson is in there at the right end, Jim, in replacement for the 3 guys that are down.
So they moved him over.
Yeah, because they're out of guys. And I believe Kahai LeCount was the nose tackle that sort of stuffed the play up and made the initial hit right there, but he didn't hold on.
Well, Lawrence Wilson right there, 300 pounds. The running back for goes 160. That's about 2 times the size. It's pretty good.
2nd down and 9 from the 37-yard line. Ball is thrown incomplete to Haynes across the way. That'll bring up 3rd down for Idaho. 13:48 left to play in the game, and Idaho appears to be right now a team that is just down to fumes in the tank.
I don't see any sense of urgency from this offense. I know the Warriors have their 2nd team in, but it just seems like Idaho's just practicing.
Now Wilson has gone back to nose tackle. Icaro in motion. Nui to throw. 4-man pattern. Lays it off and puts it on the turf in front of Ford. Incomplete pass. So that just didn't work at all for Idaho.
There are some questions surrounding Idaho. 3-1 start, but the 3 wins in the WAC, all against the bottom teams in the Western Athletic Conference. They failed one test in the Kibbie Dome last week, losing to Boise State, and boy, they've failed one tonight. 48-10, Hawaii on top.
Now Conley has the ability to put this ball down close. He's had no touchbacks all season long, and he's had 9 land inside the 20. See if he does it here. This could be his first touchback. Oh yeah. Hawaii will bring the ball out and put it in play at the 20-yard line. 37-yard punt and no return.
Conley's pretty good. He put the ball in the end zone, but the ball actually bounced back out and went out right past the pylon at about the 1-yard line, so he almost did it again. Colt Brennan, there's a look of a guy who's happy. His last 5 ball games, 5 touchdown passes, 5 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, 5, 5, and 5. That's ridiculous numbers put up by Colt Brennan. 24 touchdown passes, 1 pick in his last 5 ball games.
Farmer has gone in at running back now, number 48. David Farmer throws long. Oh, wide open and caught by Rivers. And Rivers had to stop a bit, come back and make that catch. Otherwise, that was a touchdown.
Nice job by Tyler, just hanging in there, waiting for that play to develop. He got hit pretty good right when he threw the ball, and defending on the play was Shiloh Keo, making that tackle there to save the touchdown.
These are 2 old NFL guys, Erickson and June Jones.
62-yard gain right there. Nice job by Jason.
2 guys matching up on opposite sidelines. 48-10, and June goes with the deep ball over the middle against the one-time coach of the Seahawks and the Niners, Dennis Erickson.
1st down at the 18-yard line. Kroenke throws low. Was that a reception? Idaho says no, and now the officials say no. Rather dramatically, ball was intended for Mock. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Mock is out there calling for the review. 48-10, they go deep middle. Now Mock is calling for a review at 48-10. There's no quitting this Hawaii team. They want everything that they can get.
I wonder if they're going to review this.
June, I think, yeah. June.
Are they going to review this?
June with the coach's challenge up 48-10. Whoa.
Coach Jones wants to challenge the call on the field.
See, I think Coach Jones, because he doesn't do this. He doesn't do this. Coach Jones, once he has the game in hand, he won't run it up. But something has happened tonight. Perhaps the injuries to his players. Perhaps he's upset with something that Idaho has done. And so he is not backing off. Now, this is just pure conjecture.
Well, there's no question. They looked pretty upset there on the sideline when Reynolds Fruin went down. And was it Chad calling for the review of the play? And it looked to me like he caught it. I think he did a good job of catching it.
It's going to be tough to see because he went up and the ball looks like he caught it off of his knee, actually, in the back. But to me, that looks like a catch, but certainly not enough to overturn it, I don't think. This is the best angle to look at. It looks like it went through his hands, but he caught it off his knee or his thigh. And there's no rule in the book that says you have to catch it with your hands.
And you know, the official that said it was incomplete was actually back near the end zone and was completely blocked by his body. Yet he went up and pounded on the ground like it had hit the ground first. But I don't see that.
Coach Jones wants to talk to his quarterback. See, always coaching, always tweaking. I don't think they're going to have indisputable evidence of a catch here.
But Jim, I think you're exactly right about that. There's something going on. I mentioned it a little earlier. There's two guys from the NFL. They all respect each other, but they also have feelings against each other.
After review, the play will stand as called. There was no indisputable evidence that the ball was caught.
He needs a rider. He needs a rider. Index cards or something. But so there's something, you're exactly right. There's something going on between the two sidelines here. 48-10. June goes deep middle on the next play. He goes with the coach's challenge.
And that was a charged timeout to the Warriors for making that challenge. That was not overruled.
It should not be, right?
No, I believe if you make a challenge and it is not overruled, you get charged a timeout. If it is overruled and the coach was correct, they do not charge a timeout.
Yes.
So it shouldn't have been a timeout?
No. They didn't change it, Russ.
Oh, I see.
They didn't change it, so they're taking a timeout away from Hawaii. That's what that was. Second down and 10. Ball at the 18-yard line of Idaho. Hawaii leading 48-10 with 12:38 left to play in the game. Tyler Gronke in the shotgun. Gronke throws. This is complete to Grice-Mullins. Blockers in front of him. The 10, the 5. Dive for the end zone. The G. Get in. Yes.
What a great block by Steinhoff. Wow. Knocked that guy into the next game.
Leone Steinhoff, 269-pound sophomore at 6'3" out of Eva Beach and Damien. Terrific block. You're absolutely right. And another touchdown pass received by Grice-Mullins.
Well, he comes back after missing a few games with injuries, and he just doesn't skip a beat. He's playing like his old self.
Second touchdown throw by Gronke. Kick is up by Forrester. 54-10 Hawaii, and we still have 12:31 to play.
Out of the end zone! Hawaii wins! Sears, proudly supporting UH Athletics. Get the good life. Great price savings this weekend.
University of Hawaii basketball returns to the Stan Sheriff Center, and you can be part of the action. Season tickets for the 2006-2007 University of Hawaii men's and women's basketball seasons are on sale now. For ticket information, call 944-2697 or visit us online at hawaiiathletics.com. Think green with the UH teams. Now you can buy, sell, transfer, and print your tickets online. Online ticketing is fast and convenient. Check it out at hawaiiathletics.com.
NBC Monday, a special all-new Friday Night Lights.
It's going down tonight!
Clear eyes, full hearts. A special Friday Night Lights, Monday after Heroes on NBC.
Another reason why KHNL.com is Hawaii's #1 TV website. KHNL News 8 on demand. Streaming news clips brought to you by Honda Windward. Check it out. There are heroes among us, everyday heroes doing extraordinary things. Monday night, KHNL News 8 takes you on a journey to meet one of them. Reach out to a teenager and possibly save a life. This former youth corrections officer is doing just that. Everyday Heroes, Monday night on KHNL News 8 at 6 and 10.
Hey, mom, dad, pops, everybody watching back home. It's time to bounce back.
Hawaii, 80 yards in only 3 plays, only 1 minute and 7 seconds of elapsed time. Gronke to Grice-Mullins, 18-yard touchdown pass. And the big play was Gronke to Rivers, a 62-yarder. 55-10.
Those are just ridiculous numbers. I mean, it's hard to comprehend. 3 plays, 80 yards, 1 minute, 7 seconds. And that's pretty much the norm for this Hawaii offense.
This game may be held up because there is an EMS paramedic ambulance taking a fan out of the stands. Apparently had some sort of physical ailment, and they may want to hold up the game. We'll see. Ball is kicked off. It will go again to Fry, and here he comes again. Fry rolled up from behind that time. So the ball out over the 25 to about the 27-yard line. 12:21 left. Idaho will go to work. And they will stop the game here to take this gentleman. We wish him well. Our prayers are with him and his family. Stricken at the game. So they will back the ambulance out, and the game will be held up while they take him to the hospital. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Yeah, they have to remove the signage there on the near side of the field to get the ambulance out on the field.
We'll take this timeout. 12:21 left. Hawaii way up, 55-10.
Hey, Hawaii. This is the American Savings Bank check card, and this is the American Savings Bank credit card. Enroll now in Travel Awards Plus and earn reward points on all signature-based purchases with either card. Those are points that may be combined into the same pool. This means you earn more points and you earn them faster. Points redeemable for valuable rewards. We call it Travel Awards Plus from American Savings Bank. You can call it fantastic.
This is a landmark day for the automotive industry. The Aqua car is the first car to run on tap water, 0 emissions, 1,000 miles per gallon.
I'm proud to announce for the first time in fast food history a 100% sirloin steak and cheddar ciabatta sandwich. Tender marinated sirloin topped with real cheddar cheese on my famous ciabatta bread.
Really? Sirloin? Man.
Back at Aloha Stadium, the stricken gentleman has been taken away. 12:21 left to play. Idaho starts at the 27, their own 27. They trail 55-10. Nui, the quarterback, gives the ball up the middle to Tracy Ford. And Ford able to get into the secondary before he's tripped up.
Jim, it looks like they have the whole second-team defense in right now. So I believe that's the first time that's happened.
Everybody getting a chance to play in this game. Nui under center. Fakes. Hit as he throws. And it is incomplete. It was intended for Smith Anderson, or was it? Let's see. Good blitz on that play.
By Blaze
Suarez.
Yep.
Yeah. And that was a naked bootleg. Great job.
Blaze. It's a great name for a linebacker. Any way you slice it. He gets up there lightning quick. The receiver had some room, but Suarez gets there to stop that play.
Third down and 5. Nui again. Throws it high, throws it into the Hawaii bench. It was intended for Wendell Octave. Gerard Lewis covering on the play for Hawaii. And that will bring up 4th down, and TJ Conley will be in to punt for Idaho. So Hawaii going to their bench now. And we're seeing a real, so we say, real multiplex of humanity here off both benches. Conley kicking. Here comes Newberry, no fair catch. Lets it bounce. Hawaii trying to get away from it. And it's finally downed at the 35-yard line. Hawaii will put the ball in play there. This look at the passing game is sponsored by Aloha Airlines, a proud supporter of UH Sports. For reservations and fare specials, visit AlohaAirlines.com. Hawaii very productive again. 444 yards through the air. Idaho 192. 33-yard punt by Conley, a no return. Hawaii will go to work here with Gronke at quarterback.
He's got 111. Brennan's got 333 for 444. Good night for triples. Huh?
Farmer back there with him. Gronke steps up now, throws, crossing pattern. What a catch. What a catch. Elongating his body and then holding on was Jason Rivers.
Well, there's something nice to see. You got Malcolm Lane down here on the Idaho sideline. And when he first got into the game, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, he was only playing on the UH bench sideline. So he must be picking up the game fairly well. He's playing all over the place.
Farmer goes out, and a new running back has come in, and he is carrying the ball. From the line of scrimmage, the 47 out over midfield. And Kevin Peoples, 5'11", 202-pound sophomore from Tampa, Florida, number 27 in the game. And that was the first time that he carried the ball all season.
Tampa, Florida, running Tampa left. Running the clock down.
9:56 left to play in the game. 2nd down and 1. Farmer back in. And a quick pass. They tried to get it to Lane. And it tumbled away from him. Incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1. So you're looking probably at the Hawaii team of the future. With these young men will get some experience in this game against Idaho and then carry them into future battles to come.
Look at that. That's ridiculous. 9 for 9 on 3rd down.
3rd down and 1.
Gronke looking, throws. That's complete. More than a 1st down. And that was completed to Mock on the 30-yard line. Another 3rd down conversion.
I've spent a lot of time sitting on couches watching football in my day. I don't think I've ever seen a game where a team has gone 10 for 10 on 3rd down. That's hard to do in a PlayStation game. We've said that before, but this is the kind of numbers this offense puts up for Hawaii. Just ridiculous numbers.
Stanley Franks made the tackle for Idaho. The ball now at the 29-yard line of Idaho, 1st down. In motion is Washington, just into the game. Ball is given on a sweep to the near side. And carrying the ball is Kevin Peoples. And Peoples attracts people, not friendly ones. And they're able to throw him for a loss.
Yeah, we have a rarity, a defensive highlight for Idaho. Check out Robert Davis comes in. He takes the Thule with him into the ball carrier. That's a good defensive play by Robert Davis for the Vandals.
Bain has come into the game. Aaron Bain, number 85, he's in the slot, along with Washington. Lane to the near side. Gronke looking, throwing, and that is caught at the 10-yard line. Bain, Aaron Bain, that's his 6th reception of the year. And Gronke again going through his reads, looking at the possibilities, and picking just the right one.
You know, Jim, you're talking about the future. When a lot of second-team quarterbacks come in with the second-team offensive line, nothing happens because the line doesn't play very well. But this second-team offensive line is playing very, very well, and that bodes well for the Warrior future.
Yeah, Gronke let go of that pass, and from up here it looked like he was way overthrown, but Bain with some wheels to get there and make the catch.
Gronke hands the ball to Mauia. And Mauia from the 11 down close to the 5-yard line. Or excuse me, Farmer carrying that ball. Farmer, number 48. And he changes. So David Farmer, 231-pound sophomore from Santa Cruz, California.
Hawaii must love playing on homecoming. Their last 2 road opponents, Fresno State and New Mexico State, were both homecoming games. for the Bulldogs and Aggies. And tonight on homecoming again, Hawaii laying the lumber 55-10 and looking for more.
Ball is kept by Gronke. Touchdown.
They were actually practicing that yesterday, Jim, where he fakes the handoff and then just goes ahead and runs it in.
First rushing touchdown of the year for Gronke. So the feisty quarterback even took a hit after he had scored.
And they should give him a second after he scores before he hits him, and he didn't do it. I hate that rule.
Forrester again. Trying for the point after. We have to wait here. Oh, the ball is fumbled by Funaki, and they throw him to the turf. Shiloh Kale came in. 61-10. 61-10. 7:27 left.
It's time to enjoy life. It's time for Enjoy Snacks. Enjoy the taste, enjoy the quality. It's a part of life that makes you smile. All the goodness of life in every bite. All the flavor and taste you want in life. It's time to enjoy life. It's time for Enjoy Snacks.
For over 45 years, JN Chevrolet has given Hawaii the best deals, the best service, and the most incredible selection of vehicles on the island.
The best deal is on Chevy's Rough and Tough Silverado. It can be yours with no payments until January 2007. Cash incentives of up to $5,000 or financing as low as 0%.
Come in and take a test drive today. JN Chevrolet off Nimitz Highway by the airport. JN Chevrolet, an American revolution.
Central Pacific Bank sponsors the Loyalty Award by donating $100 for every touchdown Hawaii scores. Central Pacific Bank tonight will donate $900 to the CPB Endowed Scholarship Fund. On that last drive, Hawaii 65 yards in 8 plays. Gronke, a 5-yard touchdown run, 3 minutes and 47 seconds of elapsed time. There's the kickoff. Is it Mr. Fry? And here he comes again. Fry to the 10. Or that may not be him. That may not be him. That could be Williams, Wes Williams.
You know, this Hawaii offense, because Clemson had been the #1 scoring team in the NCAA, but they were held to 7 points in a Thursday game by Virginia Tech this week. Hawaii came into this game averaging 42 points. 42.12 points per ball game. That was second in the nation. When Clemson went down to that loss, Hawaii moved up to #1, and they've got nothing tonight to blow that distinction. With the 61 points tonight, they're up to 44.5 points per ball game. That's ridiculous. And Idaho has to go with another quarterback here.
So another quarterback has come in, number 11. That's Joseph in the game. And the ball is given up the middle. And we have a penalty flag that literally parachutes in.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 68 on the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic first down.
Joseph, the quarterback, at least we're told his name is Chris Joseph. I'll tell you one thing about Idaho. They are woefully weak in supplying two deeps and information on their players. And he has absolutely no statistics at all. This is the first time that he has played this year. He gets the first down because of the penalty. Ball is moved out to the 30-yard line. A handoff. And a very short game.
Well, I think that fat lady's warming up because they ran 2 plays in a row. And when you see that the losing team's running the ball out, running the clock down, that pretty much means everybody wants to go home.
They want to pack it up and go back to Moscow. Hawaii will win its 5th straight game tonight. In that stretch, if the score stays where it is, Hawaii in their last 5 games, all wins, would have averaged 52.5 points per ball game. 50 points per game is
Fry carried the ball.
absurd.
Fry carried the ball on the last play, and he's back there again, 2nd down. Joseph throws, crossing pattern, and that is incomplete. It was intended for Wes Williams, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 7 with 5:43 left. Now, Joseph, 6'3", 214-pound sophomore. He's out of Fresno, California. And this is the first time that he has seen action this season.
He got out of Bulldog country to go up and play for the Vandals.
Fry, single setback. Joseph throws. That is complete. And that could be to Williams. Or is it Fry? It's Fry. All of a sudden, Fry has become the main guy. 5:27 left and the clock ticking. So that'll bring up 4th down and 5 from the 35. And here is Conley. TJ Conley again. See if Hawaii has changed their punt returner. They have not. It is Newberry.
What about a special teams grade, Russ? What do you think?
Well, being that the opening play of this game is a 100-yard kick return for a score, you got to give him an A-.
Here's Newberry at the 19 to the 26. 46-yard kick and a 7-yard return. I think you have to give the special teams high grades.
Yeah.
Except for maybe the PAT field goal team.
Yeah.
I mean, I go back to Boise and tonight, and I just would love to see them get their act together. I mean, you know, from my perspective, it's snap, hold, kick. I mean, and they're all on scholarship. So, I mean, what do they do all day? I mean, when I played, they were off by themselves during practice most of the time. You figure they could get that done. I mean, that's the only thing I'd love to see improved, and it's easy enough to fix.
So Inoki Funaki has come in at quarterback. He is the 3rd quarterback for Hawaii. Hawaii leading in this game. And the ball is given at an angle off the right side. Carrying the ball is Seti, number 35. Seti has come in as the running back for Hawaii. Siave Seti out of Long Beach, California. He went to West Los Angeles College before transferring to Hawaii. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to play in the game. Hawaii leading 61-10.
Every possession that Hawaii's had the ball tonight, they've scored a touchdown, with the one exception being when Tyler Gronke rolled out of the pocket, got hit from behind as he threw. It resulted in an Idaho turnover, a Hawaii turnover. Every other possession has been a touchdown in this ball game for Hawaii.
Funaki keeping, and they jump on him as he gets close to the 30-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down. And Hawaii in no hurry, using as much time off that clock as they can.
Well, it didn't take long for the only positive feelings for this University of Idaho football team to go right out the window. They were rolling right along. People were talking about Coach Erickson turning the program up there at the University of Idaho. They lose at home last week to Boise State. They were hoping for much better things here tonight against Hawaii, and it's just come apart at the seams. 61-10 Hawaii.
Funaki to throw. He throws it low. It was intended for Malcolm Lane.
Well, I tell you, I just don't know how any opposing team can stop this offense.
It is rather potent, tis it not. Here's Mr. Milne, almost a forgotten man. He hasn't punted in over 2 games. He's out of Roswell, Georgia. Just reminding you, he's a senior. He's punted 11 times for a 39.3 yard average, and his longest punt, 52 yards. Good punt this time. Wes Williams, he's heading down. The gunner got him. That's Hawthorne. Number 19, C.J. Hawthorne.
Boy, stop the press is a stop on third down for Idaho. That's 10 of 11 now. Hawaii's on third down. A paltry night for them. 10 of 11 on third down.
This Red Star moment sponsored by Heineken. It's all about the beer Heineken. And this Red Star moment started in the opening seconds of the game on the kickoff to Ross Dickerson. And Dickerson starts off to the left side, finds the lane, follows the blockers, gets to the sideline, and it's all over. 100-yard kickoff return. And that really set the pace because Hawaii has not looked back since that. Yeah. They lead at 61-10.
Yeah, Idaho never recovered from that. They were stunned.
Idaho, in the meantime, has run a play, short gain. In fact, no gain.
It was just a simple dive, I believe, to run the clock out.
Coming up on 2 minutes left to play. Chris Joseph, the third quarterback. Joseph, quick pattern. That's intercepted, and this will be a touchdown. Ryan Keomaka, who just probably came into the game because we had not seen him the whole game long. And Keomaka picks it off and scores. 5'10", 173, the junior out of Honolulu and Roosevelt. So Keomaka comes in and makes it 67-10.
And pending the extra point for the second time in 3 games, unbelievably, Hawaii will score 68 points in a contest.
Here's Forrester out of the hold of Funaki. Hey, count. They need one more. So Hawaii now has 11 players, and they can continue. 1:46 left to play. Kick is up, and it is good. It is, you're right, 68-10.
Well, he looked right at him the whole time.
Just a nice job of Ryan stepping right in front of it. You think he's happy? Look at that.
That's good for him. He's kind of been in and out of the coach's doghouse a little bit. He comes up with the big play for Hawaii right there, 68-10. Hawaii also with 68 points a couple of weeks ago in a beatdown up at Fresno State. Well, I'll tell you right now, how would Hawaii like to go up against Boise State right now, huh?
That would be interesting. Very interesting.
Somewhere along the way, I'll bet you that Boise State coaching staff is happy they ran into Hawaii early in the season and not later when this offense was rolling right along like it is now.
Well, the athletic director has finally showed up. After all, they've scored 68 points, so I think Herman Frazier considers it safe to go down to the sidelines. Huh?
They got this one locked up. How would it be to see a 58-point rally in the mid-46?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Dan Kelly will kick off. And it will go into the end zone to Fry, and Fry's had enough. He's not going to run it out.
You know, you're
That's
talking
smart.
You're talking about the Milne getting no playing time this year because the Hawaii offense never punts. How about Dan Kelly?
Yeah.
Dan Kelly's going to end this season with one leg about 2 inches longer than the other because of all the work he's getting on kickoffs.
And you got to really love that kickoff team. They're just doing a great job. They have, probably 10, 11 kickoffs each the last 2 games. They just run down there and nail them.
Coach Erickson's just got to be saying, what happened to my ball club? I mean, everybody was talking about the turnaround up in Moscow, and they just got hammered tonight.
Joseph hands the ball on a slant. Carrying it is Ford. Idaho will have. It's not easy getting to Moscow, Idaho. It's not easy at all.
In fact, you have to go to Spokane first.
You have to go to Spokane, and then you have to drive.
And you have to stay in Lewiston because there's not enough hotels up in Moscow.
And when you think about it, that's a long time across the Pacific just thinking about this game.
But, you know, and I'm talking about Boise State and Hawaii, the rematch, because, boy, Idaho put up a big fight against Boise State last week.
They did.
They were down trailing by just a couple of points, I believe, early in the fourth quarter. So you kind of had the feeling that Idaho had a team that they were turning the corner when they put up that much of a fight against an in-state rival in Boise State. But, boy, it is just, this Hawaii team is moving. I'll say it again. Boy, the Hawaii coaching staff would just love to run into Boise State again. Not going to happen, though.
Could have been the last play. Tracy Ford carried last time. 16 seconds left. And this will be the last play, I think. It is Ford. And Ford is rolled down 3 seconds to 1. What a victory for Hawaii. 68-10. So we'll take a look at this handshake between June Jones and Dennis Erickson. I guess they're still friends. They're still buddies. Huh? We'll be back. To put it up. If we don't, we'll end. We go into overtime. Clean-up!
Sears, proudly supporting UH Athletics. Get the good life. Great price savings this weekend.
I love October. Big plays, long drives. Yeah, it's Chevy Truck Month, and that means bonus cash. Check out the 07 Chevy Silverado Classic, backed by the GM 100,000-mile, 5-year powertrain limited warranty.
During Truck Month, use $4,000 total cash back to buy this 07 Silverado Classic half-ton coupe for $22.60 after all applicable offers.
Get in the game during Chevy Truck Month.
See your Hawaii Chevy dealer today.
JN Mazda. For over 45 years, JN Mazda has given Hawaii the best deals, the best service, and the most incredible selection of vehicles on the island. Right now, the best deal is on the sporty Mazda MPV. Take advantage of up to $4,500 in customer cash incentives with no payments until January 2007. Come in and take a test drive today. JN Mazda off Nimitz Highway by the airport. JN Mazda, the first Mazda dealer in the United States. JN Mazda.
Monday morning on KHNL News 8. What do your tires have to do with saving gas? George Nita, the car guy, will be here to show us.
And can you support your family if you're too hurt to work? Find out how to shop for disability insurance Monday morning.
68-10. People will be mulling this over for a long time. And just think of the gallons of ink that will be used to print out just the scoring for this game for Hawaii. Bank of Hawaii presents our choice for tonight's most valuable players. For Idaho, Luke Smith-Anderson, 5 receptions, 88 yards. And for Hawaii, Colt Brennan, 31 of 38, 333 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Bank of Hawaii salutes these two deserving players. Next weekend, the Warriors return to the continent for a WAC matchup against the Aggies of Utah State. They win that game, they become bowl eligible. Live coverage begins Saturday morning at 10 o'clock on K5, the home team. Until then, for my broadcast partners Jim Donovan and Russell Yamanoha, this is Jim Leahy wishing you the best. This has been another exclusive sports presentation of K5, the home team.